in less than 2 minutes. Just come in, say hi in the chat. I'm just getting everything situated. I gotta go click on all the things on the back end over here. It's a whole thing. Okay, cool. Okay, so team, just so you all know, I am live on YouTube as well. We have to start a YouTube flow over room because we had over 10,000 people register. So we're just having all our bases covered here. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, cool. All right. Hi, everybody. Hey, Makita from Silver Spring. I've been there. Mona, you probably are celebrating in Seattle. Congrats to the Seahawks from last night. Yeah. Hi, Judith from New Rochelle. Patricia from Boise. I go to Boise every year. Love Boise. That's awesome. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, cool. So we're getting there. We got like just a couple of seconds until I'm going live. Is everybody ready? Ready to do this thing? Okay. Um, all right, so let's get yeah, me too, me too. Okay. I'm just gonna pull up some stuff I need here on my end. All right, everybody. Hi and welcome. It's so good to meet you finally. I feel like I've been waiting for this training for so long. We only do this twice a year, and so it's so nice to meet you. For all of those of you who are new to my world, I asked you earlier, are you new here? A lot of people were. I'm Sam Vanderwielen. It's so, so good to meet you. I said this to somebody earlier, and I answered their video ask question, and I said, you have so many choices as an online business owner, as a new business owner, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart that you took the time and made the effort to choose me, this training, and to be here to give yourself this gift of learning how to do things right from the jump. So I am so glad. Who wants to get started? I know I certainly do. All right, cool. Let's get started here. Give me one sec so I can hit. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I see a bunch of you here from Sean. That's awesome. My friend Sean is the best. Okay. All right. Can everybody see my screen? Can you let me know? You can see my screen okay? Yes? Okay, cool. I see, I see it. Thank you. Yeah, just give me a yes in the comments. I see. All right, awesome. So, all right, welcome. Let's get started. This is how to legally protect and grow your online business in 2026. Can you also give me a yes in the comments? You can hear me. Great. Everything's good. You can hear me other than over the fire alarm. So it's all, thank you, thank you. Okay, you're the best. Thank you. So before we start, I want to help you make sure you get the most out of this workshop. I am not here to waste your time. No, no, no. Okay, number one, I want you to make sure that you open the email that I send to you immediately after the workshop, okay? So you're going to get a very important email from me. I will also do a Q&A today at the end of this live training. So you're going to hold your questions for me. Sometimes people will ask me questions in the chat. That's okay. If I don't get to it though, you're going to have to ask me again at the end, okay? We're going to activate that Q&A box at the end of today's training so that you can pop them in there. Leanne from my team is in the chat. She's going to help you. But that's basically how it's going to go. I keep my eyes on the chat. I try to answer things that are relevant to what I'm talking about, but otherwise we're going to keep moving in the training. Of course, you're always welcome to share your workshop with me, snap a picture, take a video, tag me on Instagram at Sam Vanderwielen. All right. Now, I have a quick favor to ask because I know that you've probably got like 16 tabs open on your computer right now. If you're anything like me, maybe that's even a low estimate. It's time to get focused. It's time to close out of all the things. It's time to grab something cozy. If you want something to drink, great. Let's do it. If you want your notes, that's great too. You're also going to get a replay. So if you just want to come here and focus and listen to me for the next 90 minutes, that's great too. Let's do that. And then you can always go back later if you want. All right, you're also going to want to stick around all the way through today's live workshop because I'm going to show you at the end the only way to save $900 and get free access to 4 of my legal templates for free, 1 live support call with me next month. I can't believe March is next month. A copy of my book, When I Start My Business. I'll be happy right here over my shoulder. and an exclusive book club call with me come this April. All right. Now, here's the deal. I wouldn't be a very good attorney if I didn't offer you up a disclaimer that I am an attorney. I don't, however, practice law, meaning I don't give you legal advice. I'm never your lawyer. I never establish that attorney-client relationship with you, right? So today's workshop is educational and informational only. It's not legal advice. It's not substitute for you going and not getting legal advice from somebody else who knows you and knows your personal situation. That I can also clarify, in the Q&A, but I cannot advise you as to like what to do with your entire life, right? This is also really important when it comes to you, yes, you as a participant in this workshop, that you want to make sure you are also not giving advice. Last time we had somebody in the chat who was hopping around answering people's questions for me. Don't do that. Let me do it. All right. I've got this. I am a pro. I have helped over 350,000 people take this very class that you're in right now. I got it. All right. Let me take care of the people in the chat. You sit back, relax, just be a participant. All right. Before we get started, I want to make sure. So you got to get your typing fingers ready. You ready? Warm up. Then now's the time to warm up. All right. Before we get started, I want to make sure that you showed up to the right workshop. So I need you to tell me if this sounds like you in the chat. You are in the right place. If you, like me, are pretty type A and you're about to start a business and you want to make sure all your T's are crossed and all your I's are like extra super dotted before you do it. Yeah, I hear you. I am with you, Nanette. You've been Googling answers to legal questions and now you're just more freaked out than you were before. And you wish you could get the legal piece taken care of so you could focus on doing the work you love, which I imagine is not filling out contracts or registering LLCs, unless you're me, right? Yeah. Maybe put the 1, 2, or 3 in the chat if you're 1, 2, or 3, or you can say I'm all 3. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I saw somebody said, "Get out of my head." I know you guys well. You're also in the right place if you're about to start a new business endeavor and you don't know what you don't know about the legal stuff. But I also have you covered if you're just somebody who wants to make sure you do it right from the start so you don't accidentally do something wrong. I'm also here to help you if your business is already up and running. Not sure what just happened there. That was weird. But if you all, can you see my screen? Did it just go back to the beginning for you guys? That's very strange. Yeah, it went up to the beginning. It's a ghost. All right, let's see. I know what happened. Okay, I got it. It was a glitch. Okay. So you're also here in the right place if you want to make sure that you do things right from the start, but also if your business is already up and running and now it's growing and you want to make sure it's legit because knowing you're not protected is holding you back from showing up how you actually need to, right? Absolutely. You're also in the right place if you run or plan to run any online business of any kind, like an e-commerce shop, a course creator, online coaches, like health, money, fitness, life, mindset, like you name it, I've got it in my community already. Or if you're a service provider, like a registered dietitian or a therapist who's going to start selling courses, or a doctor who wants to start a YouTube channel. Or if you're a YouTuber or a blogger, a content creator, yes, even online bookkeeping businesses, anybody with an online business, really, I'm here to help. Now, on the flip side, you are not here. I don't want to waste your time. You're not in the right place. If you're looking for a way to skirt the laws, I don't help people do that. No lawyer should. Or if you feel 100% confident that you're legally protected and you never worry about the legal stuff. Is anybody here like, I am 100% solid? I would be a little confused as to why you're here. You're also not in the right place if you want to hire me to represent you, because, said that earlier, I don't do that. Or if you're going to get annoyed when I invite you to my paid program at the very end of today's training. It's called the Ultimate Bundle, only if it's the right fit for you and the right fit for me, right? So this has to work for the both of us. I am not in the pressure business. Is everybody cool with that? If I put on a very good webinar and then at the end of it, I'm going to let you know. Is that good? Give me a yes in the comments. Thanks. Okay. I appreciate it. You're going to learn so much today. You're going to be like, wait, I didn't even realize this was all happening. All right, cool. So like I mentioned at the top, I'm Sam Vanderwielen. I am an attorney turned entrepreneur. Yes, real life attorney, licensed attorney. I was a corporate litigator for about 5 years in Philadelphia, where I was born and raised. That means I was the kind of lawyer who like wore a lot of suits, and I was always in court arguing with judges. And in 2016, I left to start my own health coaching business online. I wanted as far away from possible from the whole lawyer thing. Could not stand it, right? So unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess in the end, the universe had other plans for me. It didn't exactly go as I planned. So while I was out here trying to get people to sign up for my cooking classes, my online phone rang off the hook with questions about legal stuff for online businesses. And I was like, I'm not even talking about this stuff. Why are people asking me about this? It's a long story and you'll read more about it in my book, but in early 2017, I shut down that health coaching business and I launched Sam Vanderwielen LLC, a business that was designed to help people just like you legally protect your business. And since 2017, I've become a leading legal educator online, specifically focused on helping online business owners, and also kind of have become known for helping a lot of professionals or former corporate people transition into doing something maybe in their field and not jeopardize their license, whether it's medical, legal, financial, whatever. I've helped over 350,000 online business owners learn how to get paid, get legit contracts in place, form their businesses, and protect their content from online copycats. And yes, Unstoppable Training, I have been used by companies like True Coach to be their legal expert, as well as places like Forbes and Kit and Cubicle to CEO, even the Financial Feminist podcast. I've been very, very fortunate. I'm also the host of the On Your Terms podcast, which is a legally registered trademark. I'm not sure why my trademark symbol is floating, but I'm the host of On Your Terms. I am the author of the book, When I Start My Business, I'll Be Happy, a no BS guide to successful online entrepreneurship, that was published just this past April with Hachette, which is one of the big five publishers. If you're going to be in my community, here's something you need to learn about me, okay? Really important. So listen up. I got a big five book deal while running my multi seven figure business. My business has been a multi seven figure business every single year since 2019, every single year, while grieving the loss of both of my parents in the same year. I got my book deal the day my mom died. And of course, if any of you here are parents, whether it's to humans or pets or otherwise, I'm also trying my best to always be the best dog mom to my puppy Hudson, who you saw on the previous slide. Oh, I've also been very fortunate to be trusted by leaders in our field, from Amy Porterfield to Pat Flynn, my friend Pat, my friend Nathan, the founder of Kit. Very, very fortunate. And thank you for your condolences. I appreciate it. You'll hear a lot about grief if you're part of my community. So it's one of those things. So here's the deal. When I started my online business, I almost had a heart attack. I saw so much bad stuff online, like copy and pasted policies, people not setting up an online business the right way, contracts, borrowing contracts from a friend without a clue, like what they even say, right? And every day you are in my DMs asking me about AI. Like, do I have to disclose whether or not I'm using AI with my customers or in my content? How do I protect my content from copycats? You know what else I also hear from people all the time? How do I make sure I'm not accidentally the copycat? Can anybody relate to that? Or you're asking me what contracts you really need to stay safe online. I knew it was urgent and I had to help you set up your online business the right way, get contracts that actually covered you in the online space, and learn how to confidently operate an online business legally. And honestly, to grow it. Because I feel like a lot of lawyers just like yell at you all the time and tell you all these bad things that are going to happen to you if you don't listen to them, but then nobody actually helps you to grow your business. So I think that's something that's really different. Now that you're part of my community, you're going to see give you the legal stuff. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, here's how to grow a really awesome business. So if you want to focus on what you love, you need the relief that comes with being legally up to snuff, right? In order to do that, in order to get today's training started, you have to know about one of the worst moments I had as an entrepreneur, because it's why I'm sitting here today. So let me paint a picture. I was sitting in WeWork. Remember WeWork? I loved working in WeWork when I was living in Philly. I was sitting in WeWork in Philly and I was on this SEO meeting and my SEO contractor says to me like, wow, you're getting all of this traffic from this website, right? And I didn't think anything of it. I look up the website because I always reach out and thank people who send me a lot of traffic, any traffic. And I wanted to see what this person was up to. So imagine my surprise when I put in her URL and I go to her website, and her website has my customer testimonials on it with just my name swapped out and my photo, my clients' pictures, right? Like I know these people. I have helped them to set up a business. All of my products, all of my products descriptions, everything, things that I had worked. I had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own money building up this business, my legal templates, my website, the copy, the photos, like it doesn't end, right? She even stole thousands of my own blog posts. Okay. This was another lawyer, you guys. Imagine. Okay. Worst nightmare. Yes, I'm with you, Denise. It's still my worst nightmare, and it happened to me. Awful, 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 awful. I get copied all the time by other lawyers, but this was the worst. Even, get this was a real zinger. She even had a link and a call to action encouraging people to join my Facebook community that I had at the time because she was too lazy to swap it out. Can you believe it? Yeah. Turns out another lawyer was trying to start an online legal templates business. Be careful where you shop. And they stole my entire website. Now, I know what to do. I'm an attorney. My attorney pants kicked in and I got to work, right? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, you're an attorney. So like that's great for you, but what the heck would I do, right? Is anybody thinking that? I don't blame you. That's why it became my mission in that moment to teach you how to legally protect your business. Because if I felt like that in that moment with all the skills and the educational background that I have, the license from multiple states to practice law, if I felt like that and I knew what to do, I couldn't imagine what you would know, like what you would be feeling not knowing what to do, right? You would have all that anger, right? Like you feel like you got robbed. I mean, I did get robbed digitally, got robbed, right? But then at least I knew what to do. And I wanted to make sure that that this never happened to you. Now, unfortunately, this stuff definitely doesn't just happen to me, right? My friend and my client, Annie Miller here, Annie was done with clients pushing boundaries, asking her for refunds all the time, and worrying that they were getting inspired by her content. She was over it. That's why she joined the bundle. Chloe from Deeper Than Money had grown her money coaching business really quickly, but then she realized she wasn't confident that what she had built was protected. Yes, she's the best, isn't she? Christina Gabalto, my other friend, watched someone who she was friendly with online steal parts of her signature course and sell it as their own. And Christina was friends with the person. Now, these are all real situations that have not only happened to my customers, unfortunately, also my colleagues, my friends, but let me know in the chat. Give me a yes. Is this something that you're worried about happening to you too? Yeah. Yeah, Lisa says with friends like that, who needs enemies? I'm with you, Lisa. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if I was in the chat, I'd be putting yes a million times. Now, honestly, copycats are only the beginning of what you like should be worried about in the sense that I don't really play up the fear thing. Like, I'm not here to make you fearful. I'm here to just be like, this is what's out there. Let's just take care of it. Like, I believe in just taking action, and it doesn't have to be that bad. And I think there's so much good to online business and to growing your business. And some lawyers can focus on all the like mean, scary stuff. We're just kind of talking about it today, but really, if you become part of my community, we're going to like get it done, and then we're going to move on and we're going to grow this thing. So some people, need to be worried about copycats, of course, or accidentally being the copycat. A lot of people ask me, what about me accidentally copying someone else? Also important. So luckily for you, the 5 steps I'm about to teach you will help you build a business that's legally compliant. Here is what you must know because you cannot afford to miss these 5 things we're going to learn today. Okay. Step 1, we're going to talk about knowing when the right time to legally protect your business actually is. Who's here for that? I know in the questions people submitted ahead of time, a lot of people said like, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Yes. Okay, cool. We're also going to talk about registering the right business entity and learning how to protect your personal assets. We'll talk about the one thing that you can get in place now so that you never have to worry about getting sued ever again. We'll talk about what right contracts you need to have in place so that they actually say what they need to say in order to protect you. And then last but not least, we'll talk about staying in bounds, only selling, teaching, and talking about what's legally allowed. Throughout today's workshop too, I'm going to be sprinkling in a lot of new big things that are going on in the online business industry, a lot of like really awful lawsuit trends that we're going to talk about today, and just things that you need to know that you can very simply take care of. Yeah. Now, I need you to tell me, how would your life change, especially like how would you change as a business owner if you knew your content and your business were legally protected? What would that do for you? How fantastic would it feel to have the confidence that it's taken care of? I'd love to know from a couple of you what you could focus on instead. Like, what could you do? Yeah, content, I see, like working with clients, less stress, peace of mind. Peace of mind could be like my middle name, I think, by this point. That's the number one thing I hear from people. Yeah, talking with clients, right? A lot of you enjoy working with your clients. Go figure. You don't want to deal with the legal stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. I love the ducks too. Yeah, working on your course, having better sleep. I'm with that. Less stress. Let's do that. More of that, right? All right. So you probably like me are ready to dive in. So let's do it. Step number one, knowing when the right time is to actually protect your business. All right. Now, here's a little story. I love to work out. I was training to do a pull up at the gym. I'd never done one before, right? And I work out every day, but I was waiting to try to do a pull up until I could do a pull up. I'll wait until you tell me how that makes sense. That makes no sense, right? Instead, pull-ups were not going to just happen. I had to start trying. I had to start doing it, right? And that's how eventually I was going to be able to do a pull-up. Like, I don't know why in my mind I was like, yeah, when I can do a pull-up, I'll do a pull-up. I'm like, that makes no sense. That's not how it works, right? It's the same with the legal stuff for your business. The time you should think about legally protecting your online business is the time you decide to start one. So if you're here today saying, I'll legally protect my business once I have a successful business, you are not going to have a successful business if this thing is not set up right, because you're not going to have the confidence to go out there and scream from the rooftops and do all the things you just told me, create content, work with clients, right? You're not going to do that if you're always like, wait, am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to say that? What if they don't pay me? Is it okay to do this? Am I stealing their content? Every time you're doing that, you're just going to hold back, right? It's so true. Yeah, Savannah says perfectionism is fear disguised as planning. Yes, exactly, right? Here's the thing. We have to stop believing that this might not work out. Like, how many of you are willing to admit here, at least to me, that you're sitting here today being like, I'm not so sure if I'm legally protecting this business because, like, this business might not work out, right? And we have to start planning for it to work out. Do you see how that little mindset shift is like, what steps would you take if this thing already works out? If I told you this is all going to work out, so now what would you do? Right? Instead of sitting here today thinking, I don't know if this thing's going to work, so I'm going to sit here. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to wait for it to work out. Do you see how that's the same thing as me sitting at the gym being like, I'm going to do a pull up when I'm able to do a pull up, right? It's not how it works. Not how it works. Yeah. I am the same way. Yeah. Don't worry about it. So we all do this in some area of our life, right? Here's the thing you need to know about business in particular. Your thoughts impact your actions. So if you are sitting here thinking, this business isn't going to work out, this business isn't going to work out, this business, it's going to come out, right? You're going to not take steps. You're going to not put stuff out. You're going to hesitate. You're going to play small, right? You're not going to invest in yourself. That's how your business, you're going to hardwire the fact that your business doesn't work out. I wrote this in an email last year I write a weekly newsletter called Sam Sidebar, and so many people responded about this line in particular that I wrote. I said, you need to act like the business you envision in order for it to become your reality. This is called future proofing, right? This has become my lifeblood. It's actually what my book was going to be called because this is my entire attitude in business. When I started my business and it started to do okay, I started saying to myself, I think this business could really be something. And I sat for a while and continued to do the same stuff that I was always doing, and it continued to be the same business. And then one day I woke up and I said, what if I just started doing the stuff now that the business I want to become would do? What if I just started taking steps? What if I started acting like I'm already there? What if I act like I'm already on my way there, right? Even if I can't get you to buy into the whole thing, if I can just get you to buy into the fact that you're on your way, right? How would that change your behavior? How would that change your actions every day? When it comes to legally protecting your business, you're protecting what you're building, not necessarily what you have today. So you might be sitting here thinking, I don't have anything yet. I just have a little business. And like, it doesn't need it doesn't need legal protection. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what you're here to build. We're talking about where you're already headed, right? So, Caitlin, copywriter, one of our Ultimate Bundle members, got a legal glow up. She's a copywriter turned coach for freelancers, and she refused to take on coaching clients until her copywriting business was legally sound. She got the Ultimate Bundle to get legal stuff in place, and she made $29,000 from her coaching. And then she used the resources like the coaching and the course contract that I have inside the bundle to create a course and made $32,000 from her course. Yes, she is awesome in general. Yeah. In other words, Caitlin future-proofed her business. She stopped waiting for it and just started doing what she was already headed to do. Now, to get where you're headed, to get where you just told me earlier, where you want to be, you'll need legal protection too. In fact, it's the first step that will actually help you get there. It will help you grow your business. So there are immediate benefits to getting legal stuff in place. Like you're going to look and be more professional. I mean, it's true. You will be more professional. I think that changes your attitude. Like, whatever happens to you when you actually get dressed, right? When you get out of sweatpants and pajamas and you put on a real outfit. And not only does the world start perceiving you in a different way, but you start acting in a different way, right? It's kind of like legal stuff. You also get paid on time because it's the only way you can actually enforce it. You can protect your content, set clear boundaries with your clients, and attract and work with the right clients. One of the most common mindsets that I see people come into online business with is that they're just, rightfully desperate to like start working with a lot of people. They want cash flow, normal and natural feeling, right? I wanted that too. Don't mistake that though with wanting to work with anyone. You don't want to work with anyone. The wrong people can be a waste of time and they can also be dangerous, right? So we don't want that. Liz said, I felt a huge weight lifted off my shoulders knowing that I'm protecting myself and fine-tuning my scope of practice with my online course. I didn't realize how much it was holding me back until now. Okay, now let's talk step number 2, registering your business, otherwise known as forming your business. How do you form a business? How do you register it? And how do you start acting like a business so that you actually protect your personal assets? Now, if any of you are here who already have an LLC, I want to make sure you don't step away, you don't go take a nap, because a lot of times what I end up seeing is that people either formed it incorrectly or B, don't know that how to actually act like an LLC. So they're not actually getting the protection from it, right? So we're going to talk about how to register your business and how to act like an LLC. The goal with registering your business in general is that we want to separate you from your business so that if and when something bad ever happens, like somebody sues you or there's some debt or liability, only your business's assets are at risk, right? So that's really the goal with registering your business. In legal talk, this is called personal liability protection. We want to make sure that you are not personally liable for what happens as a result of your business's actions, right? We're going to talk about the difference between sole proprietorship and LLC. And if you're in Canada, when I say LLC, it's similar to your version of incorporation, okay? So in order to register your business, just in general, right, I'm gonna talk about the breakdown of sole prop versus LLC. But in general, to register your business, you register in the state where you live and work, right? A lot of people will try to go down this path of like, can I register in like Wyoming, but I've never been to Wyoming. Sure, you could, but you also have to register wherever you're actually operating your business, and you have to pay taxes where you live and work. So it's not as simple as somebody might make you think. All right. So you do that by choosing your business entity type, right? So when you go to your state and you want to register your business, you have to choose. Do you want an LLC, a corporation, a sole proprietorship, a partnership, a C corp? There's all these different kinds. And then you file it, right? Whatever one you pick. When you pick that thing, whatever it is, whether it's sole prop, LLC, or any of the others, it will require a series of forms and fees and all of that kind of stuff, right? So we'll be submitting that. And when you do all that, you get back some official documentation and all right, your business is registered. So in general, as a global like 30,000 foot view, registering your business is really simple. But the question is typically stuck on that one thing about like, what do I register my business as? Do I register it as a sole proprietor? Should I be an LLC? What if I'm already a sole proprietor? Can I switch? All that kind of stuff. In online business, the two most popular types of businesses are a sole proprietorship or an LLC, right? Those are the two that people are typically coming down to choosing between. And I want to make sure I help you break these down. A sole proprietorship is one of the types of business entities that a lot of solo entrepreneurs start with, especially a lot of content creators who don't sell anything, like bloggers or people who have like maybe a YouTube channel or podcast or something like that. A sole proprietorship can only be owned by one person, so you can't have a business partner. It also offers zero personal liability protection. Absolutely none, zilch. That means that there is absolutely zero legal protection for you if you own a sole proprietorship. So if you're running your business as a sole proprietorship, you have no legal protection if something happens. So legally speaking, you are vulnerable, you're at risk if you get sued, if your business goes into some sort of debt or ends up owing a debt or has a liability of some sort, you personally are on the hook for it. So a lot of people usually take this opportunity to tell me, well, I don't care because I don't have anything. And I say, unfortunately, in America, that is not how it works. So in America, we unfortunately are liable for whatever happens as a result of our businesses. And whether you have the money or not, they will actually put a judgment against you. And yeah, unfortunately, that is the way the cookie crumbles. So I have bad news on that part. So that's why I don't love sole proprietorships for people who are offering services or selling things online. The deal is then that any of your personal assets are fair game, right? That's the issue when you have a sole proprietorship. I saw Xandra said that therapists can't do LLCs in California. So one of the things that I help people to understand is like, if you're a licensed professional, if you're here, if you're a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, a therapist, and you're trying to start a coaching business, then it's different for you. So this is a lot of what I teach inside the Ultimate Bundle. Yeah. And S corps are not a type of business. It is, you have an LLC, you probably file taxes as an S corp. It's very confusing, but I can talk about it a little bit later on. All right, now an LLC is a limited liability company. This is a different type of business entity. You can own an LLC by yourself or with business partners if you have one. With an LLC, you get limited personal liability protection. So what that means is that if something happens as a result of your LLC, like you get sued or there's some judgment found, you technically speaking are not personally liable for that thing. The reason I say technically speaking is because for one, you have to actually act like an LLC. So that's something I'm going to talk about in a second. And two is that some states are a little bit more strict with what we call sole member LLCs. So when you own an LLC by yourself as a sole member LLC, they sometimes don't offer you quite as much personal liability protection as people who own it in multiple member managed owned LLCs. But that's also something that we can kind of manage on the back end. The idea with an LLC is that only the company's assets are fair game. So if your company got sued, they can only take money from the business. And if the business doesn't have money, then it's not like you're personally on the hook. That's what's the huge benefit. Now, when you have an LLC, everything you do in your business is between your LLC and your client, right? The contracts, the website policies, the insurance policy that you'll take out, your transactions, everything is in the name of your LLC. By doing this, we're building a barrier between you personally and your business. So you maintain that personal liability protection that the LLC entitles you to, right? That's really important. Okay, whoops, sorry about that. Clicked over there. So having an LLC isn't the end of the legal story, though. Unfortunately, I wish it was as easy as just being like, that's all you have to do, and then you can just forget about everything else, right? Unfortunately, you have to act like an LLC and maintain this personal and business separation carefully and in an organized manner. So you have to have your personal money and your business money completely separate. You have to have your contracts in the name of your LLC. So your contracts are between the LLC and your client's name. You have to have detailed and clean financial records, and you have to make it clear that you're an LLC on your website and your footer, on your contracts, your website policies, everywhere your business name appears, unless perhaps you get a DBA so that you choose a different way of, having your name appear. Now, Alex asks, can you share some examples of when and why you choose a sole proprietorship over an LLC? Honestly, I don't really have a good reason for one to choose a sole proprietorship because in America, you can be held liable for any number of different like even like free advice, right? So like if you have a YouTube channel or a podcast or create content on Instagram, things you say on there, you can be held legally liable for it. So a lot of people misunderstand this and they think that they have to be working with someone in order to get sued by them, but you can just get sued by anybody, unfortunately. So that's why I don't love the idea of sole props for really anybody, honestly. Now, a DBA, on the other hand, I'm going to talk about this in a second, but a DBA is something that's a little bit different. It might help you when you have the LLC and you want to go by something different. I'll talk about it in a sec. All right, now tell me in the chat, I'm just checking in. Are you getting excited about how simple it can be to grow a legally protected business? Let me know in the chat. Give me a yes. Yes. Yeah. Thanks. All right, cool. Good, good, good. Well, don't worry that you still have questions. I still have a lot to teach you. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay, cool. So, let me go back. I just want to talk 1 second. So I offered to talk about DBAs, so I want to fulfill that promise. So the deal with DBAs is that DBAs are something you do in addition to registering your business. So basically, you register your business and then you can add on a DBA. DBA stands for doing business as. It's just a name that you register that when you want to go by a different name than the one you registered, you have to register DBA. So if I was going to register like Sam Vanderwielen LLC, for example, that could be the name of my LLC. But let's say I was starting a cupcake food truck. And so I want the name of the food truck to be Sam's Cupcakes. I would register Sam Vanderwielen LLC and then register a DBA of Sam's Cupcakes. That's essentially what would connect Sam's Cupcakes to my LLC. So that's all. Yeah. All right. Switching from a sole proprietorship to an LLC is very simple. You can do this by like upgrading. Essentially, it's called conversion. So you can convert in every state, well, usually by a form on your state's website. All right, let's go on to step number 3. And don't forget, I'm going to have a live Q&A at the end so we can all talk some more. But step number 3 is about getting this one thing in place now so that you never have to worry about getting sued again. Wouldn't that be nice? And that thing is business insurance. Now, the reason is because business insurance financially protects you in a lawsuit by providing you with a lawyer, paying their bills, and then paying for the settlement or judgment against you. That's really, really big, right? So essentially, when I started out by saying like, you can get all this stuff in place and we can try to legally protect you in the future. We also can't block and prevent people from suing us, right? There's not actually like any mechanism in America in order to be able to do that. So when we have business insurance, it's what picks up the tab, right? So I just told you about how when you form an LLC, you won't personally be liable for things, but your business will be. Well, we don't want your business to be financially liable either because that could crush a small business. So that's essentially what business insurance does. It comes in and it helps to pay for any of those lawsuits, for anything that you're sued that's covered, right? So what kind of business insurance do you need? There are many, many different kinds of business insurance. Business insurance is just one broad term. There's like over a dozen different types. Now, which one you need depends on what you do. And also how you do it and how much coverage that you really want or need depending on your risk, right? Now, for online businesses, there are two popular types of business insurance. The one that you're probably familiar with, you might have heard of before, is professional liability insurance. That's the same thing, often referred to as E&O or errors and omissions insurance. That is the same thing. Sometimes people colloquially refer to this as malpractice insurance. It's not really malpractice insurance for you, but it's a very similar concept. Essentially, it covers mistakes that are made in your services or offers, right? So if you're a coach and you're working with someone and they get hurt, they lost money, they experience some negative side effect from working with you, this is the kind of business insurance that would cover that. The other kind is called commercial general liability, right? And not everybody needs this one. Not everybody. Some people do. But commercial general liability covers bodily injury and property damage to someone else. So if you're hosting retreats, live workshops, masterminds, things that are in person, you're teaching classes in person, you might need that kind of insurance. It can also cover things like libel and slander. There are lots and lots of different kinds of business insurance. And depending on, again, who you are, what you do, how you're delivering your services, that will dictate what kind of business insurance you need, right? So it really depends. Okay, now let's check in on the facts here, okay? Legal protection only works from now moving forward. So you don't get backdated protection for stuff that you've already done. I think this is really, really important. It also goes back to that idea that we talked about in the beginning that waiting to get legal protection in place really doesn't make sense because you need to make sure that you have this in place while you're actually working with people. I should just note before we go on to that, depending on what kind of business insurance that you get, you have to have had business insurance in place at the time that the incident occurred, or is alleged to have occurred. So getting business insurance later, so even if you're sued 2 years from now, and 2 years from now you have business insurance, but you didn't have it now, and now is the time that the person is saying the offense was committed, then you won't be covered. So that's why it's really important to just get this stuff and get it in place. Samantha asked, should you wait until you get clients before getting insurance? So I typically recommend that you get business insurance right before you start working with people. And in the Ultimate Bundle, I teach you all about not only the timing, but I give you the exact questions to even take to business insurance agents, and I have referrals in there for people as well. All right, now step number 4, we need to get the right contracts in place so they actually say what you need in order to protect you, right? Not really helpful to have contracts that don't protect you. So attorney-prepared contracts and policies prevent the wrong kind of people from working with you in the first place, right? We don't want anybody and everybody to work with you because if somebody is not willing to sign a contract, for example, then they never intended to honor it. That's sort of my opinion and my experience now after working with thousands and thousands of people is that no one should be freaked out to sign a very simple contract. My contract templates are a lot less scary than the one I see you guys put together because they only say what you need. Oftentimes I find that non-lawyers put together worse contracts because they throw in the kitchen sink, and that's not what we need. Contracts also set clear boundaries, right? So they prevent awkward conversations or creating rules on the fly or not knowing how to navigate a sticky situation. It's really nice, actually. It's kind of gets you off the hook in a really nice way. For any of my avoidant people here that don't like conflict avoidant, it's really helpful to have contracts. And the terms of your work together are laid out nice and neat and easy to read contract that's specific to what you do. Yeah, Sabrina, I'm right there with you. I'm allergic to conflict as well. So what kind of contract do you need then, right? Well, if you're working one-on-one with people, coaching, providing consulting services, something like that, you need a client contract. I know these names are extremely creative. I know. If you're going to offer a group coaching contract or a mastermind or something like that, you really should use a group coaching contract. If you sell digital products or online courses or memberships, you're going to use terms of use because that's the kind of contract that's going to be used at checkout, right? So you're going to use that checkout. For physical products, you're going to use the shop policy, and you can also use this terms of use document. The shop policy is one of the ones that's in the Ultimate Bundle. I don't have it listed here because it is for physical product people only. And then you can also use things like terms of use at checkout as well. For the affiliate agreement, for example, like if you wanted to offer an affiliate program, meaning that people could refer people your way and then get a little bit of a kickback of some sort, then you would use something like the affiliate contract. Now, you also need policies for your website. So I added a brand new one here. So I know a lot of you probably came my way because I talked a little bit about the new ADA lawsuit trend. Unfortunately, it's a very bad trend. But the trend, we're going to talk about that website accessibility statement in a sec. So your website, even before all of this already happened, we needed a website terms and conditions. We needed a website disclaimer, and we needed a website privacy policy, right? So we needed all three of these on our website. We also now need a website accessibility statement. So thanks to this kind of trend that's going on, we need to make sure that we have this website accessibility statement. Basically, what is going on right now is that there is a very big trend in the online business industry where a lot of people are getting sued for not having a website accessibility statement on their website, and also for their websites themselves not being accessible to people with disabilities who need certain tools and features in order to properly access your website. So we're going to go over each of these in turn. Okay. So terms and conditions are kind of like a catch-all policy that you need on your site. And this is where we deal with things like refund policies and return policies, how to get your consent to use your content elsewhere, contact information. It's where you put affiliate terms, even affiliate terms. If you use like Amazon's affiliate program, for example, that's built into my terms and conditions template. So all of that has to be in your terms and conditions. Your website disclaimer is needed by all of you who are doing any sort of coaching or consulting, but also anybody who is a content creator. Because your website disclaimer is what legally protects you from saying, hey, take my information and filter it through your own expertise or through your own doctor, your own lawyer, your own accountant, like whatever it is that you talk about, right? So you have to have this website disclaimer in order to disclaim liability. And then legally, you are required to have a privacy policy. If you are collecting people's personal information on your website, which can be anything from a contact me form to an email opt-in form to a landing page that has a form, anything on your website, and any page like a landing page or sales page that you use that collects people's personal information, you must have this privacy policy on there. Now, there's another trend of lawsuits going around at the moment related to meta pixels on people's websites. There was a recent lawsuit out of the state of California around meta pixels, and I won't get into all the dorky details about it, but essentially, if you don't have a privacy policy on your site that also talks about the meta pixel, if you use one on your site, and have the appropriate cookies disclaimer, and then you are legally out of bounds and potentially liable for one of these lawsuits. So my privacy policy template includes all of the language that you need. We've also give people inside the bundle the cookies consent disclaimer that they need, the exact language that they need. Now, I also mentioned this is a brand new one, both literally a new template that I've created and added to the Ultimate Bundle. But this is something that's going on right now as well, related to the ADA, right? The Americans with Disabilities Act is a very, very important law, one that I deeply, deeply believe in and support. This has nothing to do with that. What we are seeing in the trend of the lawsuits is in many cases, one single plaintiff filing upwards of 4,000 to 5,000 lawsuits against businesses. These are businesses that they have both shopped at or not shopped at. They probably don't even know who these businesses are. They are just blanketing the internet looking for people to be able to sue. So I've had 4 friends actually get sued, not like get scary legal letters, just like literally get sued just within the last couple of weeks for this very reason. And they all came scrambling my way to make sure that they could get this stuff up and running. So yeah, it's been very upsetting, honestly, to me. It's a very, very frustrating part of the job. I see it as my job to like let you know and provide you with the resources, and that's really all I can do. So you need to have a website accessibility statement on your website in order to avoid this lawsuit. A website accessibility statement is a very, very simple statement. It can be like half of a page, simply letting people know that, first of all, you take accessibility of your website seriously, that you have some tools in place and you need to be like clear and like explicit about what those things are, right? And so if you're not doing anything on your site, you can't say anything yet. And then you also, another important element of the website accessibility statement is that you need to let people know that if they run into trouble using your site and there's something that's not accessible to them, that you take it seriously and you want to be notified, and then you give them the way to notify you. That's actually a very important part of it, right? So I have gone ahead and created a website accessibility statement. I've thrown it into the Ultimate Bundle. But it's also important that you know that your website itself actually has to be accessible, it has to be compliant, right? And so there are tools and there are softwares out there that can help you with this. You can talk to your web designer about this. I personally also, I do both, right? I have a tool on my site. I have a web designer I work with closely about this. I take this very seriously. And I have a quarterly audit of my site. So I'm making sure that I am complying with accessibility standards. It is a core value and belief of mine to be accessible, period, in general, right? And so this is very important to me. What we are seeing in these lawsuits is a sham, but that is a different situation, right? So this needs to happen regardless of whether this trend is going on. It's just unfortunate that the trend is like pushing us along, right? It's just making it faster. Now, contracts in general, whether it's the website policies or the contracts for your clients that we talked about, contracts are the written proof that you're going to absolutely require in order to get paid on time, defend yourself if you're being accused of doing or not doing something by a client, or to set clear boundaries with your clients when they ask for something that wasn't promised at the outset. That happens all the time, right? You need to make sure that your contracts are actually enforceable. So a lot of people make the mistake that they think just because they have a contract, that means it's all good, but we need to make sure it's actually enforceable, right? All right, now I'm checking in. Are you seeing how having these simple legal pieces in place, or at least having somebody like me just take care of it for you, would make you feel so clear, protected, and confident? Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, Candace. Yes, Erin, thank you. Thanks, Chelsea. Thanks, Ace. Thanks, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. All right, cool. Yeah, you definitely want it. No, don't be scared. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot of stuff, but wait till I'm going to show you something in a couple minutes. You're going to be like, wait, I've created something for you just a couple weeks ago. It's wild. Wait till you see. I'm about to show you. Okay. Yeah. Don't feel anxious. I got you. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. So, step number 5. Let's talk about how to stay in bounds, right? Only sell, teach, and talk about what you actually are legally allowed to do. Let's talk about scope of practice. Scope of practice is what you can and can't do, talk about, sell, etc., based on how you're qualified, educated, certified, or licensed. I will remind you guys not to share links in the chat. For one, I've paid like probably upwards of $50,000 to have you here on this webinar today. I'm not endorsing anything that people are putting in the chat, so I don't want to confuse people. So please don't put links in there, okay? So scope of practice is what you can and can't do. It's what you can teach, talk about, sell, etc., right? Every single state in America controls its definitions of who can do what, right? Every state defines like what is a doctor and what is the practice of medicine, right? Who can be a lawyer? What do you have to do to be a lawyer? And what's the practice of law? Every state says that. And if your state doesn't define exactly what you do, right? Like if you're a money coach, put in the chat anybody here who put your title in the chat and I'll tell you, for example. I'll just pick one or two. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a life coach, for example, a spiritual author, a spiritual advisor. These are not defined by any state in America, right? Even a graphic designer, or I saw, registered dietitian is defined by every single state, but every state might have different requirements, right? So there's so many different kinds of scopes of practice for every different state. Now, whoops, sorry, I'm trigger happy today. So if your state doesn't define what you do, you have to look to what I call your hover professions, right? So let me pick out an example here from the chat. let's see. Nicole is a weight loss coach, right? So they're not going to define what a weight loss coach is in any state. So instead, what Nicole would look at is like, what is a doctor in her state? What is a physical therapist? What's a therapist? What's a nutritionist? What's an RD, right? That's how you can look to see where all the what I call hover professions are defined as. And the idea is that you're not allowed to do anything that they're saying, like that they can do, right? Because you don't want to be accused of the unauthorized practice of medicine or therapy or whatever else, right? Yeah, Debbie's a grief coach. Thank you for the work you do, Debbie. God knows I need you. So yeah, you're not going to be defined as a grief coach, but grief coach could dip into the world of therapy and doctor maybe or something like this, right? So it's really important to look at some of the things around you. Now, what's most important about scope of practice is doing what you say and saying what you do and nothing else. So a lot of times people get confused thinking that they can just say like, hey, I'm not your doctor, and then just say stuff that only a doctor can say. If you say to people, I'm not a doctor, you cannot say anything that only a doctor can say. So you can only do what you're allowed to do. Legal documents or having policies or having people sign a contract that says, I understand that Sam is not my lawyer. I understand that Judy is not my accountant. Legal documents will not get you out of legal trouble if you actually do things outside your scope of practice, right? So it's really, really important that you actually just say what your scope of practice is and then stay in it, right? Don't do anything else. That's really important. Okay. Now, if you're here, I saw, you can say yes in the comments, but I saw a lot of people earlier who have some sort of professional license, right? Doctors, lawyers, architects, engineers, therapists, all the things, right? If you have a professional license, if you are trying to start a coaching business, your scope of practice is going to be what a coach can do, not what a RN as a coach can do. It's going to be, if you're an RN that's trying to become a coach, it's going to be what a coach can do, right? Protecting your license means not relying on it. So we have to very carefully separate those things. Luckily for you, I'm like a surgeon in this department, and no pun intended. And I help a lot of people try to figure this out because this is what I'm doing, right? I'm a lawyer who's not practicing law. So you have the same scope as everybody else when you are trying to become a coach, and like you don't want to expose your license, then you can't also rely on it at the same time. Okay, so let's go over what we've just learned because I know I've thrown a lot your way today. I want you to focus on where you're headed and not where you are now when it comes to the timing of your legal protection. Also, registering the right business entity protects your personal assets, and proper contracts and policies must say what they need to protect you. We learned what your website needs to be legally protected and how to know what you can legally do and teach. We also learned that you need legal protection before you're ready because you don't get backdated protection. Now, I know because you told me earlier that you're here today because you've tried DIYing this legal stuff yourself, but you want to find a lawyer who just knows online business and knows what you're about to do and tells you what you need, right? And I know you're here because you wish you could get the legal peace of mind and just get it all taken care of in one fell swoop. That way, you can focus on doing what you love, which you all told me was creating content and working with your clients and just having less stress and anxiety. And you want to stop relying on ChatGPT and Google as your lawyers because you don't even know that the information that you're getting from them is even any good, right? You're about to put all of that behind you. Say goodbye to sleepless nights. I'm very excited to introduce something to you in a second. It's your time to stop hoping that the universe will protect your business just because you have good intentions. It's time to stop the Google and cross my fingers charade for good, right? And it's your time to get legally protected and stop looking over your shoulder, wondering if anybody will notice you stole somebody else's privacy policy. I won't tell anybody. We'll change it. Don't worry. It's your time to get legally protected with a proven step-by-step system. And this is not possible just for like me because I'm an attorney. My customers don't have any legal background or any fancy skills. They've just used my foolproof legal templates and my system to legitimize their businesses. And I promise you, for everybody was saying that they're worried and nervous and anxious now, they felt the same way as you did, and they don't like feel that anymore for sure. I know some of them were here. I saw some comments. The Ultimate Bundle is trusted by over 4,500 online business owners who are just like you. Ashley said the cheapest form of instant relief I have ever bought. Megan said I can now openly talk about what I offer, knowing it is legally protected. Karen said it's already saved me from a bad situation. Wow, that's not good. Fueling Financial Freedom said the greatest investment I have made in my business so far. What are they all talking about? The ultimate bundle. So today I am inviting you to download all the legal templates and trainings that you need inside the ultimate bundle. These templates and trainings are your next step to growing a successful business online. So I want to tell you everything that's inside the ultimate bundle, and then I'm going to offer you a whole bunch of free stuff, and then we're going to do our live Q&A. So hang in there, come back to me if you were zoning out. This is the exact program that you will need in order to legitimize your business, to stop stressing over this legal stuff. Remember all you saying you're stressed in the comments, to know that you're doing everything right, to take the next steps in your business, to get paid, to boldly grow the business of your dreams and get the support of a lawyer like me and feel instant relief, right? Haley said, I can't tell you how much relief I feel having these contracts and not the piece together ones that I've thrown together before, as well as the website disclaimer, terms, and privacy policy. Thank you for creating this amazing resource for coaches and entrepreneurs. Courtney said, I bought the bundle and created my first legit coaching contract. Holy moly, the energy I had after this huge hurdle that I had been avoiding became an easy step. And I felt like the coach I wanted to be. And wouldn't you know it, I got 2 more clients later that day. All right, so what's inside the ultimate bundle? So there is 10 core legal templates. So 10 downloadable fill in the blank legal templates. I'm going to show you them all in a second. Each one of those legal templates comes with a how-to video tutorial. It's actually a screen share video walkthrough with me where I literally walk you through how to fill out that exact template step by step. There are also over 35 video lessons inside the bundle that teach you how to start an online business from scratch. There's a lifetime of the program access, so there's no restricted amount of time that you have access to the bundle. We keep the templates and the trainings updated. I actually just completely revamped, refilmed, redid everything inside the Ultimate Bundle just about 10 days ago. So it is a brand new version of the program that you get access to. All 4,500 of the Ultimate Bundle members who were already in it all just got that for free. So no additional charge. There's also access to a private member-only community, support from me and Leanne, who's here inside the community, as well as exclusive access to additional workshops and Q&A sessions, a monthly member-only newsletter from me where I share not only what's new in the bundle, but if there are any important legal news that you need to know, and a huge, huge, huge discount and bonuses. Actually, the biggest one ever. All right. So the legal templates that are inside the bundle, here are the 10. There's the client contract. That's your one-to-one work, your coaching, consulting. Terms of use. That's for courses, memberships, digital products, anything at checkout. A website disclaimer, right? Your website privacy policy. It's legally required. Website terms and conditions. An independent contractor contract. So you can either hire people with that, or you can, if you're the contractor, you can use that to send the other way. A group coaching contract. A mini disclaimer. That's what goes on your content to make sure you don't get sued for your content. An affiliate agreement for you to sign an affiliate agreement or to start an affiliate program. The shop policy for any of those of you who sell physical products or have like an e-commerce store on your website. And then as a bonus, I've also thrown in a testimonial release. This is not the bonuses you get for being here. Wait till you see those, but this is just extra bonuses I've put inside the bundle, period, for everybody. So I also put in a testimonial release and a guide. So this is what you would send to people if you wanted them to be, to provide you with a testimonial and you want to share it online. I've added in that website accessibility statement that I told you about. So I've made that completely free for you in there. And then also the privacy data request SOP. So I didn't mention it earlier because I don't want to freak you out, but there's yet another one going around where people are writing to people demanding that you remove their personal privacy data from your system, like maybe even if they've just been on your email list. And if you don't comply a certain way in a certain amount of time, then they can sue you. Fun times in America right now. So I have included all of the email templates that you need and an SOP that's a standard operating procedure. So that's like literally a list of steps that you need to take in order to comply with that. So that is all of the templates that are inside the bundle right now. But I've also got a ton of bonuses coming for you in a minute. You also get access to that how-to video tutorial with each and every one of my legal templates, and they're designed to help you fill out my legal templates in 15 minutes or less. So they're super easy. Now, let's break down what's inside the Ultimate Bundle video library. Okay, so I just went over, but what's part 4 of the Ultimate Bundle, that's where all the legal templates are, right? That's where you go in, you download any contract you need, any website policy you need. You have everything sitting there waiting for you, right? But I want to talk to you about parts 1, 2, and 3, because this is where I think the real good stuff is. I had somebody email me recently who joined the Ultimate Bundle, and she said, I wish I would have known that these parts were in there and that they were this good, because I waited almost a year to buy it thinking I needed to figure that out myself first. And so I made it my mission to make sure I tell you about it. All right, so in part 1, I just completely redesigned and revamped the Ultimate Bundle. These are all brand new, short, actionable videos. In these 10 steps, you literally go from not having a business to having a fully formed, legally compliant business in these 10 steps. Okay. So I teach you how to register your business, getting an LLC, getting business insurance, setting up business bank accounts, right? Paying, how to pay yourself, setting up your contracts the right way, your policies, your email list, everything, right? So everything is right here, how to protect your content, and more about scope of practice. In part 2, I covered what we call legal bumps in the road. So this is where we talk about, what if bad things do happen? Well, I have you covered, right? So if somebody doesn't pay you, if somebody asks for a refund, somebody steals your client, or somebody steals your content, somebody threatens to sue you, somebody asks to remove their data, I literally have a video for you. That thing happens, boom, you go in the bundle, you got it answered. I have you covered right there. Now, in part 3, I teach you about navigating your business, hopefully about growing your business, right? Like if you move and you already have an LLC, what do you do, right? If you want to get an S Corp, what do you do? This is all in here. I just added a training on AI disclosure and gave you the AI disclosure template in that training. So the third one down. I put in an AI disclosure template in there for you because so many people were asking me, do I need to let my clients know if I'm using AI? Yeah, you should. And here's a template. So that's all in there. I also have a training in there about how to protect your personal privacy online. So something that's very important to me. And a lot of my customers, they want to know, okay, I'll be online, I'll be on social media, but like, how do I make sure I don't have some creeper showing up at my house? So I have something in there for you, how to review contracts people send you, how to hire people, work with minors. And yes, of course, how to be GDPR compliant. I saw a couple of people ask me about that in the chat. So after getting the Ultimate Bundle, you'll be able to quickly complete contracts and website policies on the fly. You'll be able to confidently promote new products knowing you're protected. You'll scale without fear, and you'll breathe easy knowing you've got legal help in your business's corner. Now, I wasn't just going to invite you here and not give you a whole bunch of stuff for free if you were wanting to join the Ultimate Bundle, because I want to thank you for being here. So as a thank you, and for this week only, and for the next couple of days only, I've got a whole host of bonuses for you. For one, I just made the Ultimate Bundle $900 off. It's never been $900 before because the price of the Ultimate Bundle is going up to $2,800 at the end of this week. Okay, so let's talk about all of the bonuses, including the discounts and the payment plan that I have available for you only as part of this promo. If you purchase the Ultimate Bundle while you're here on this training, I'm going to send you a copy of my book. I'm very excited. Okay, so we are sending hardback covers, hardcover copies of my book to anybody who's here who lives in the US or Canada. If you live outside the US or Canada and decide to purchase the Ultimate Bundle, we will send you either a digital or audio version. You can also feel free to use this gift from me to send to one of your friends. You'll be able to send it to anybody you'd like. So I am sending you all a copy of my book if you purchase the bundle, and I am offering up for the first time since last year, I'm going to do a live book club call with everybody in April. So yes, this is a shame. This is live. So I'm going to offer this book club call in April so that this way we'll send you the book in a couple of days. You'll get the book, have time to read it, and then we'll all hop on a call in April. Now, there are a whole load of bonuses available for you. The $900 off is available through this week, obviously. So you have to join the Ultimate Bundle by Friday for the $900 off. You also going to get access to the how to file a trademark and how to file a copyright video training. Those are 2 video trainings where I actually filed a trademark and filed a copyright in real time. You get both of those if you purchase before Friday. You also get the Business Owner's Guide to Taxes. It's a secret podcast episode that I have for you if you purchase by Friday. Okay. Now, here's where things start getting tricky. I'm offering you a live Q&A support call with me in March to come and ask me any questions that you have, whether legal or business, but you got to buy by Wednesday, this Wednesday, February 11th. I'm also offering you 4 additional legal templates: the NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, the podcast guest contracts, this is what I'm talking about here, the podcast guest contract, the retreat contract, and the speaker contract for free, but only if you purchase by Wednesday, okay? And if you purchase here today, right now, while we're sitting here, you will get a copy of my book and a copy or an access to the book club call, but you only get those if you purchase on the webinar. Okay, so you can enroll now using the link in the chat. You can click the link in the chat to get instant access, lock in your discount and bonuses. Now, here's the thing. If you asked your attorney to draft all of these templates for you and spend hours training you to like talk about all of these things one-to-one and legally establish your business, it would easily cost you upwards of $12,000, right? The actual retail value of all the trainings and templates in the program and this bonus offer is over $12,000, right? This is huge. The actual cost of the Ultimate Bundle during this promotion is a one-time payment of $18.99 or 12 payments of $183. So tell me, which invoice do you want to pay? Mine, the Ultimate Bundle, or the lawyer's invoice? I don't think so. So you have 2 payment options. You have that one payment option of $18.99. It's normally $2,800. That's $900 off. There's a 12 payment plan available for this promo only. It's 12 payments of $183. Normally, that is 12 payments of $249. Okay. I just want to note for anybody who goes down the payment plan route, that is a payment plan that I'm offering you to be able to pay over time. All 12 payments are required. It's not a cancellation subscription thing, so you cannot cancel it or anything like that. You get immediate access and downloadable access to the bundle just like everybody else. Okay. So in order to enroll, you click the link in the chat to enroll now, tap in your details on the checkout page, and you'll instantly get access to everything in the bundle. Like I said, I just completely redid the Ultimate Bundle. It looks just like this. It's absolutely beautiful. We've got all your legal templates sitting there waiting for you. That part 1 is that 10-step program of just getting you up and running, starting an online business. So it's really, really simple, and learning how to, you could get like your business formed by tomorrow if you want to do. Okay, so you can join today with the total value of the Ultimate Bundle over $12,000, but you can start today for just $183 if you want to do the payment plan. Just keep in mind you have that one-time payment of $18.99 or the 12 payments of $183. Normally it's $2,800 or $249. Okay. I also wanted to answer a question up front that I get all the time is, yes, this is a business expense, even if you haven't started your business yet or don't have a business credit card yet. So you can purchase the Ultimate Bundle now with whatever you have, and then you keep the receipt and you can submit it to your CPA or your accountant, or when you do your taxes, you can count it as a business expense when you do register your business. Okay. So, and if you do choose the payment plan, you can update your credit card at any time if you'd like. Yeah. Now, I know, oh, by the way, I always forget to ask, but if you end up joining the bundle while you're here, please just let me know in the chat so I know to thank you. So I know you can grow a strong, stable business once you've got the legal foundation that the Ultimate Bundle will give you, but I know also you might have some doubts. So you might be wondering, like, I don't think I need to invest in legal support for my business yet. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Thanks, Ivy. I appreciate it. Thanks, Kristen. Okay, cool. So Simone said, when I signed up for the bundle, which was worth every single penny, it was like this guiding light that was lighting my path, and I was able to walk down it. You cannot afford to not get Sam's bundle. It has everything you need to get started in your business and protect yourself as your business grows, right? Stephanie says, at least once a month, I refer to the Ultimate Bundle to someone. I am super grateful I invested in it. The Ultimate Bundle is the best out there right now for anyone that has an online business. And you might also be wondering, can I just do this on my own? Well, for one, I just told you about all these things that are happening, like the ADA lawsuits, the privacy lawsuits. There's so many different things going on, the Pixel lawsuit. It's really important to have somebody who you trust. If that's me, that's great. If not, it's okay. I hope you find the person. but it's really important to have somebody in your corner who you can just go to them and like kind of block everything else out and just say, I'm going to get my information from this person. And when all these lawsuits start happening or whatever, I can let people know about it. I can make a template for it, all that kind of stuff. Molly says, yeah, the Ultimate Bundle just helps you to knock out this stuff so easily. I set up my EIN, my LLC, and my mailing address just today. Thank you for making this so easy. Lynn said, cannot thank you enough for helping to greatly simplify this process. We feel super confident and empowered. Now, you might also be wondering, can getting legal stuff in place actually help me to grow my business? Amy says, when it came to starting my own business, I could not take the steps I needed to. Why? Because I had fear of not following the right steps, not being legally protected, screwing up in something I did or said, or having someone I know or having someone know who I am. I felt like I should be in hiding. Well, not anymore because I purchased the Ultimate Bundle and followed the steps, and now I have my business and my website up and running. I feel at ease and have a sense of confidence I haven't felt in a really long time. Now, someone asked, what's the deal with the extra $99 legal template pack? There's something at checkout if you'd like to add it on that are 3 email templates. They're not legal templates. They're email templates that I've drafted for you to send to people who steal your content, who don't pay you, or for you to send for GDPR compliance. So that's in there. All right, cool. Oh, I see that Aaliyah said, I purchased the Ultimate Bundle a few months ago on the payment plan and it went away. And it was, and I'm married to an attorney for 25 years. And believe me, this is so reasonably priced. I felt so relieved after purchasing it, just knowing I have access to everything I need legally. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying that, Leah. GDPR is the General Data Protection Regulation that's required by the European Union. And so it requires everybody in the world who has a website. If someone from Europe can access your website, you are legally required to be in compliance. So inside the bundle, you get the GDPR training on how to make sure that your email list is GDPR compliant. So that's all in there. Yeah. Brittany said, the Ultimate Bundle is everything you need and no question that it's worth the startup cost, although the extended payment plan was incredibly helpful when she was just starting out. And she finds herself referring back to it over and over again, and no need to use Google when you have Sam and her community. I'll take that. I'll be a Google. Okay. And when we reached out to Brittany to ask if we could use this testimonial, she said, this testimonial still rings true. I'm about to launch a new course and I have it set on my calendar to get it legal and refer to the Ultimate Bundle just this week. Yeah. If you're wondering whether my bundle is the best for you or whether you should shop around, well, this person texted me or DM'd me and said, I actually bought from another person previously and the two don't even compare. I was never able to use hers because it was so boilerplate with no explanation of what anything meant. You've made the stuff I've been dreading so easy and understandable. I don't know what else to tell you because I've never tried anybody else's stuff, obviously, but I just tell you I have a ton of customers and they all are pretty happy. So yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. All right. So Jenna said, I just met with a lawyer and she was stunned at how well set up I am. She said she's never seen someone coming to her already so well set up with disclaimers, knowledge about things, etc. Whitney said, this might be the best investment aside from my business coach strategy session that I made this year. And Linda said, best legal bundle on the planet, no joke. For all those of you who are in here who are already bundled customers, you already have everything that I'm saying. The only thing you're not getting access to is the live call, but you have everything else and you don't need to be at this training. You got everything already. There's no need. Go implement. You're good. Lena said, investing in the Ultimate Bundle has been the best move I've made. Having this community here to seek help and insight from is keeping me sane. Thank you, Sam. Thanks, Renee. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, cool. I don't know if my business is really something, or if this is something that really my business needs. So Nicole said it covers all the bases I was worried about in my small business, plus some. I'm more confident promoting my business and less worried about legal concerns. This has led to an increase in sales. It saved me time and made me feel less anxious and worried. The only regret I have is that I didn't get it sooner. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, Natalie. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, there is a community included in the Ultimate Bundle. You get access to a private members-only community where you can post questions. You get access to me Monday through Friday. And Leanne is also in there as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is the ultimate bundle, guys. This is it. This is everything that's included. If you join right now, I'm going to send you a copy of my book. Plus, you get access to the book club call in April. So if you're thinking about it, I think it's a good reason to purchase. Now, the cool thing about my book is that it doesn't have anything about legal in it. It helps you actually to build out the marketing side of your online business, to get customers, to build an email list more than anything, to build up an audience online. So if you're thinking about getting the bundle, getting my book is like a really great companion thing because it's not going to repeat anything. It has nothing to do with legal stuff. All right. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Elizabeth. Lizeth. I'm really excited for you to read my book. Thank you so much. Okay. So you might also be wondering if the bundle is for you if you haven't started your business yet. Yes, absolutely. People get it in order to start their business, right? Or if you've been operating your business without legal protection, you might be here worrying that like now it's too late. Yes, you can get legal stuff in place, right? Really easy. Um, the website bundle does not currently include the website accessibility statement, but I am thinking about changing that, Paulina. It's possible, but I would also increase the price. Question number 3 is how quickly can I get the templates set up and start using them? You'll get instant access, so you can instantly download them and start getting that ready. Hold on one second. I just have to turn off the, actually, no, I'll do that in a second. Okay, and question number 4, will the Ultimate Bundle teach me how to register your LLC? Yes. Read a contract you have to sign? Yes. How to hire contractors and know the difference between employees? Yes. Set up an affiliate program? Yes. And get insurance set up? Yes. How is the Ultimate Bundle different from other legal template packs with trainings on the market? Well, it's the original, it's the best, and I think everything that came after it was just mimicking it. How's that? Question number 6, can I just learn this information for free on my own? No, it would take you an insane amount of time, and how would you even know what to look up? Like that's the point. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you're looking for. Just like I wouldn't know for you, right? So it's true. I mean, for what you do. Why should I join the bundle now instead of in a month or two? Well, the price of the bundle is going up $900 this Friday at midnight. You're not going to get my book or the book club call, and you're not going to get the 4 additional legal templates that are included. So that's really important, I would say. So I would say, why not? Also, how's it going to help you to wait? That's what I would encourage you to think about. All right, this is the Ultimate Bundle. Leanne keeps dropping the link for you in the chat. Oh, thanks, Diana. Thanks, Jacqueline. Yes, it's lifetime of the program access to the Ultimate Bundle. And I mean, we have the community as of now. I mean, I have no plans to take it away, but I can't tell you that when I'm 80, I'm going to be in a private community answering questions. But I'm in there now, and I've had it for 7 years. So yeah, there's tons of support available for you, and we would work something out. But for now, yes, there's no limit. There's no limit on any of that. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you end up joining. Let's see. Okay, cool. The link is in the chat to get the Ultimate Bundle for $900 off. Get access to that payment plan that's only $183 a month for 12 months. That goes up to $249 after the sale. And also let me send you a copy of my book if you join now. Oh, this is so cool. Yes, you'll get the replay. Cool. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. And I'm going to come out of here so that we can do our live Q&A. All right. Leanne's going to drop the link for you for the Ultimate Bundle. Let's do that. Okay, cool. All right. We did it, guys. Okay, well, now we're going to turn on the Q&A. Leanne, are you going to take care of the Q&A? You can turn that on. Oh, thanks, Christina. I'll answer a couple questions I just see coming in here. Thanks, Alicia. I appreciate it. People are asking if it applies to Canadians. We have tons of people who are not based in the US who join the Ultimate Bundle. I mean, I will tell you, I'm in the US. I'm a US trained attorney. And so that's all I know essentially. The legal templates are drafted that way. However, I encourage everyone to have their final, like most important template, like a client contract, for example, reviewed by your own local to you attorney just to make sure everything's all good for you based on you and what you do and where you live. And so really like if you're in Canada, it's not any different for you than for my US customers. And I have had a lot of Canadians tell me that it's been fine. So like they have not had any issue. Yes. And yes, I do have an affiliate program that you can join if you end up getting the bundle and then you want to sell the bundle to other people. You can make a little kickback. Oh, thanks, Erica. Thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so you're going to start using the Q&A box. So I see 22 of you have already put in questions. If you have a question that you want me to cover on today's training, you're going to put it in the Q&A, not in the chat, okay? So the chat's just going to be more for like, you're great. Hi, how's it going? That's it, right? So, or tell me you bought it. But if you want an official answered question, you got to put it in the Q&A. Oh, thanks, Cynthia. I appreciate it. The ultimate bundle is not specific to any state's laws because contracts in general don't tend to change a ton for state laws. But also, if there was a specific contract that you were concerned about, like your client contract, I recommend that you have it finally reviewed by a local to you attorney anyway. So they would have any input. If there was something in like, California that needed to be in there, they would tell you. But otherwise, that's not typical. That's not a very common need. Yeah. So that's it. Oh, thanks, Megan. Thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I saw somebody else I wanted to thank. Oh, Chelsea, thank you so much for joining. Thanks, Cynthia. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to head on over to the Q&A and start answering some of your questions. All right. Can you all see that I'm answering this question from Unstoppable Training? Okay. Also, by the way, I want to ask everybody a little favor here because last time I left the training with like 700 questions. The in the Q&A box, if you see somebody else's question that you were going to ask, can you just do me a favor and like their question? You can give it like a little upvote instead of putting your question in there when somebody else has already asked it. Okay, that'll help us to make sure we get all the questions answered. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me hop over and answer this. Just trying to get. Okay. Cool. So when signing contracts alongside clients, do you sign your name in place of the business or sign the business name? You sign your name and then in parentheses put on behalf of your business name. That's how you sign contracts. There's a training inside the bundle on how to properly send and sign contracts because if you don't send and sign them properly, it's not enforceable. Oh, thanks, Annie. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm so glad, Rebecca. Thanks so much. Thanks, Louise. Thank you. Did everybody find the Q&A box? You can see where it is. I'm judging from the 79 questions. I'm going to say yes. Okay, cool. I'm going to sort by most upvotes. Okay, so vote for questions you want answered instead of just putting questions over and over again, just so we know. All right, Savannah asked, how do I protect my identity and register as a business entity without my address and legal name being public? So this is something I have an entire training dedicated to inside the Ultimate Bundle because it's a little bit of a complicated answer and there's lots of different options. There's some stuff that's just kind of like, it's kind of tough. And then there's other stuff that we can do. You have to remember that if you're starting an online business, there is some level of the fact that it's not like your business is going to be tied to your social security number. So there's always a way for people to know it's you and like for people to find out. I mean, you're filing papers with the government, for example. So there are a lot of things that make it pretty public. There's a big difference between that though, and like you don't need people to know your home address and all of that. So I teach you like, are there other places you can register your business, virtual mailboxes, things like that. So you can see that train. Savannah, remind me, did you join the bundle? But if so, there's a training inside the bundle on this topic. Yeah. Okay. Angelina, I made my last name LLC, but have 3 distinct businesses called different things with different purposes. If I clearly state second business is part of my LLC, is it still enforceable? I'm not 100% sure I understand this question, but generally speaking, which is my fault. I'm probably just tired. But a lot of times people will ask me about like having all these different businesses under one LLC. So here, let me just generally answer this question so that we don't have to keep going. I see there's like multiple questions after this about it. When you have multiple different businesses under one LLC, the issue is that you are exposing them all to liability to one another. So if one of your little businesses under the LLC gets sued, the assets of one of the other businesses that you have under the LLC is potentially liable, right? So that's the idea. It's kind of like cross-contamination. So if you want to do that, I would recommend that you work with an attorney to make sure you set it up properly so that you're not exposing them. That's essentially that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Um, Nicole said, can you have more than one DBA for one LLC? For example, if I run two different businesses. So I just answered this about what the deal is with like different businesses. And that's like technically speaking, you can do it, but there's a risk, a liability. But I just want to answer your first part of the question where you said, can you have more than one DBA for an LLC? An LLC can have many different DBAs. I don't technically recommend that you do that for different businesses, but people have done it this way because they've like changed their name or they want to go by something different or like they took the word coaching out of their business name or something like that, right? So there are many different reasons why one might have a multiple DBAs, and that technically speaking is allowed. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Nicole. Okay, I'm not going to answer Mars, same thing, so I'm going to skip that one. Shane, confused on insurance. If you go to someone's home, do you need body/property damage coverage? Um, yes, probably, but that's something that you would discuss with a business insurance agent. And if you join the bundle, there's business insurance agent referrals. Okay, Jessica said, as a graphic designer and web developer, am I allowed to use the templates for my own clients' websites too, aside from my own business? No. So they would be for you and your business. So anybody who's purchasing the Ultimate Bundle, the templates are for you to use. If you personally start three businesses or you personally have three different businesses, that's fine. You can use them for all your businesses, but these are not to be purchased and then distributed to other people's businesses. You can send them my way and you can make a referral fee. Other times what people do is they reach out to us and we create deals like coupon codes for them or like different stuff. There's all kinds of things, Jessica, that maybe you could talk to your clients about. Yeah. Nicole said, how do I go from a sole prop to an LLC? You can convert. That's something you do through your state. Yeah. Natalie says, the you be applicable to in-person services? It depends. So a lot of times what people will do, like if they're a personal trainer or something and like they're seeing people in person, but also online, they'll use the templates. I always just say to create two different versions of the templates and make sure you have your own attorney review the in-person one. Anytime you're in person with somebody, it's just a little bit different. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. This person said, I'm an artist selling fine art prints, so do I actually need a contract for every sale? What you would have is terms of use at checkout. So that's essentially your version of a contract. Same goes for anybody who's selling courses, digital products, anything that people can purchase while you're sleeping. Terms of use is the contract that you use at checkout. And there's a very important process by which like you actually include it and make sure that it's right in order to make it enforceable. And I teach you all that in the bundle. Plus I give you the template. Yeah. Okay. Um, let's see. Unstoppable says there a time limit to use the purchase for your taxes for those who don't have a business yet. So typically, I mean, I would say like a safe estimate is that you could have this year and probably even next year for like the taxes you have to file next year. Yeah. So that's important. I'm getting there, yes, Aria. I'm getting there. Okay. As a femininity coach, can I sell guides on my own personal weight loss, beauty, wellness routines if I make it specific that it's my routine only and just selling my personal secrets? It depends. Obviously, I can't give you a right or wrong answer because I'm not your lawyer and I can't give you legal advice. But you still have to operate within the scope of practice, even when you're talking about your own experience. Because if you're using words like I have a training inside the bundle about like specific words you should never use and like words you should use instead, phrases to avoid, that kind of stuff. Like then I, would make sure that you watch something like that, even if you're just talking about your experience. Okay. Let's see. Shante said, can you share more again about the additional 3 templates? How many DBAs can a person have? Shante, if you're still here, can you let me know which 3 templates you're talking about? Are you talking about the 4 additional templates that are available? So if you purchase before Wednesday, you get the NDA, you get for the additional money. So let me just finish my thought and then I'll tell you. So you get the NDA, you get the retreat contract, the speaker contract, and There's another one I'm forgetting. Leanne will remind me. I'm 2 hours in. I'm almost 2 hours in. But Shante, you were actually asking about the $99. So the $99 thing that you can, it's an optional add-on at checkout, is for these 3 email templates that I've written that are for to send to somebody who owes you money, because there's actually very important legal language that you have to use for people who owe you money, because you need to make sure that you don't violate what we call the Debt Collections Action Act. Debt Collections Act. Let's just leave it at that. 90 minutes in, guys. So you need to make sure you don't violate that. And I've written an email template for you when I was much more clear-headed. And yeah, words are hard, Jake. Words are hard every day. And you should have seen me when I was doing my audiobook. And so I've written that email template for you. I've written the collecting money, if someone steals your content, what email you would want to send to them if they were copying you or even mimicking you online, and then one for the GDPR compliance. So those are the 3 email templates that are available at checkout. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll answer Blanca's question about this like multiple business thing because it actually is a little bit different. So you're asking, is it possible to register one business under a general business name and operate 2 businesses with different names, one offering coaching and one selling physical products? Here's the deal. Like, I think I want to clear something up because a lot of people ask me this all the time, like saying they think like because they're starting a coaching business, but then they also want to like sell merch for their business, and then they want to have like a podcast and a YouTube channel. They think that those are different businesses. That can all be one business, right? Think about how many businesses you know, like Target sells homeware and stuff for the shower, and then food, and then toilet paper, and then like Olipop, so they sell lots of different things. You don't have to sell, like, it doesn't always have to be like one business for your services, one business for your products. If they're super, super different, right? If you were doing a health coaching company and then you decide to start selling vacuums because you've like built the best vacuum, then that's different. But if you were a health coaching company and then you decided you wanted to start selling like workout gear and t-shirts and like putting stickers on a water bottle, that's all one thing. Like that can all be one business. Does that make more sense? Hmm. Okay. I'm getting everybody's note taker notices. It's scary. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I just want to make sure. All right. Um, all right. So Savannah said, how do I protect my ideas when fulfilling content challenges for people who I'm interviewing for? So one, you could use an NDA. It depends what you're using it for. I'm not so sure in this case, Savannah, but like NDA is one thing that comes to mind. There's all different kinds of things. You could register your content. You can get trademarks, all things I teach in the bundle. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. Yeah. Naomi, I already answered the question about the state, like the bundle not being like on a state by state basis. For one, I'd have to have 50 versions of the bundle, and that's not happening, because that's just too much. But also, there's not that much difference for like people who are doing what I'm teaching people online. Okay. Melissa said, is there a time frame to register a DBA after the registration of the LLC? I have a website under the name I want, but not the DBA yet. So it sort of depends on where you live, Melissa. So some states, you can do this anytime. You can get a DBA anytime. Other states, they say that you have to get a DBA within a certain period of time of having gotten your LLC. So you're going to have to look. Yeah, I don't know I don't know Texas off the top of my head, but you're going to have to find out if Texas allows you to do that. Yeah. That's easy to find out for sure. Yeah. Seth, I don't cover SaaS stuff specifically, although I know that people who are in the Ultimate Bundle have like membership kind of version of SaaS type stuff. So, and that they've been fine with. But I don't know what kind of software you're creating, but I don't know that the bundle would have everything you need. I'm always upfront about this. I don't want everybody and anybody to join if it's not right for you. So, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, you're welcome, Seth. Sorry if I wasn't that helpful. All right, cool. Yeah, so Azul, hi. I hope you had a good flight. So Azul says, I have a Delaware C Corp and the C Corp owns my YouTube channel. I've been told that I can still be sued personally, not just my C Corp, because I'm the face of the channel. I'm not so sure what Delaware rules are regarding C Corps in particular, but also there might be something, if you go talk to a Delaware attorney, Azul, that there might be something, like if you speak to someone, that there's sometimes a way to insulate yourself a little bit more. Yeah. Um, Wasim, no, I don't do one-to-one coaching sessions like on legal stuff. No, I don't offer any of that because I don't offer any legal services. If you join the Ultimate Bundle, I do not review your finalized templates. I can't get on a call and review stuff. I will not draft custom things for you. I am not your lawyer. What is in the bundle is there is so much. There's so much in the bundle. It will take you a lifetime. You have that. I am not creating anything additional, like, I mean, for you specifically. I create for the bundle, but like not, that's not how it works. Just so everybody knows. I'm always very upfront about this. Uh, Scott said, if I joined the bundle a few years ago, is there an end date on it? No. You have lifetime of the bundle access. Okay, cool. Keep voting for the questions you want me to answer, okay? Because there's 125 of them. So, and I'm seeing a lot of repeats, so it's just helpful. Azul, so what do we get if we join now versus tomorrow? So the thing you would lose if you don't join now, Azul, is you won't get a copy of my book and you won't get to come to my book club call in April with me. So you can get the other bonuses if you join tomorrow. But you lose the book, lose the book club. Let me know in the comments if you joined. Sorry, if I'm trying to keep track of it, but I haven't looked in a second. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, IPS Conduit, Pat. Thanks, Amy. Geez. Yeah, okay, cool. Jay asked, with lifetime access, will these materials be updated as laws change? Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Like I just literally completely refilmed the bundle to make all the updates that have happened over the last couple of years, but even over the last couple of years when there was when things would come in, I would update it as needed, but it was starting to look like Frankenstein's monster, so we just completely did it. Thanks, Kristen. Thanks, Whitney. Thanks, Catherine. Thank you. I heard that over 100 of you joined so far, so it's just crazy. So thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Cool. Thanks, Liz. Thanks, Alex. I thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for being here. Okay, cool. Let me keep answering questions. M Summer said, I live in Massachusetts. Do I need to get my LLC there? I mean, that's up to you, but that's typically what happens. I live in New York. I have a New York LLC. Yeah, so that's because that's where you have to pay taxes. So that's what you gotta do. Yeah. Thank you. My sweater's actually blue, but it is coming off kind of purple. Yeah, from Reformation. All right, cool. Unstoppable asked, if you miss the specials, can you still get the bonuses later with a higher price? It depends. You won't always get these bonuses. You're not going to get the live call. You won't get the book club or the book, obviously. You won't get as much of a financial discount. It'll never be this financial discount again. So, they do not offer, or sorry, I am they. We do not offer this low of a price for the entire year. So this is always our lowest financial discount for the whole year ever. So this is that. So you definitely won't get that. Yeah, let me ask, you wanted to answer Sonia's question? Sure. I want to open an Etsy shop with Printify connection. Do I still need a separate website? Also, how does this affect what type of contracts I would need and what kind of business insurance? So Etsy, like on Etsy, you can use my shop policies. A lot of people will do that. And so that's one way that's helpful. I mean, you don't have to have a separate website if you don't want to. That's up to you. That's more like a personal choice if you want to. I personally, I would, because then I would be able to drive traffic to my own site and skip the fees and also create content on your site that would draw traffic to your site. So that's just a business decision for me. So yeah. Yeah, Alex, if you're saying you want to come to the book club, I'm happy to let you come to the book club. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Chloe said, can you share more about GDPR? I'm familiar. So the GDPR is the General Data Protection and Regulation from the European Union. And so the European Union had issued this privacy law years back that applies to anyone with a website who people from the European Union can visit the site, right? So like people from Europe can visit my site, even if I'm not technically like selling to them directly or trying to, they can visit it. So therefore I have to be GDPR compliant. Essentially, it boils down to having to tell people when and where you're collecting their personal information, but it also requires them to take what's called an affirmative action. So in America, we're not required to have people like check a box when they sign up for your freebie that says like, I now understand I'll be getting marketing emails. Like people are allowed to just start getting those emails, and as long as you have the unsubscribe at the bottom, and as long as it's like about the same topic of the thing that they signed up for. But the GDPR is completely different. It says that people who are joining your email list from the European Union are required to have a checkbox, and they actually have to check that box in order to join your list. There's a very, very, very easy 2-second fix for this. It's inside the bundle GDPR training, and inside like the software, a lot of software now fixes it. Yeah. Okay. Alicia, is what you purchased, the ultimate bundle? Or does it mean coming soon and there'll be an upgrade fee? I'm not sure what you mean, but let me know. Oh, you're saying, is there an ADA training and disclaimer? Yes, that's in there. It's already in there. It's in the bundle. So you have access to it. I added everything for free for people who already had the bundle. I don't charge people when I add things to it. That's in there. Okay, let me go back up. Gloria said, if I live in another country, can someone in the US who accessed my website still sue me? It depends which law we're talking about, but yes, it's possible. It's possible. And the reverse is also true. If you live in the US, someone in the EU can sue you, for example, like from the GDPR. So it depends on which law we're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Lori said, what if I do UGC, which is user generated content? Should I still be an LLC? Well, I can't tell you, I will never tell you that you should be, you have to be, or what you can do, because I can't advise you and I'm not your lawyer. But there is definitely still a reason to be an LLC, even if you're posting UGC. I'm just making videos for brands to use on their socials. They normally send me the contracts to sign. Yeah, so you're like a contractor for them, Lori. So you could still have your LLC set up because you could still be liable for participating in whatever you're creating for them, because they could come back and blame something on you. So I've seen that before where people will just set up their own business. Yeah. Okay. Amanda said, I have a workshop scheduled tomorrow and offering coaching. I don't have an LLC yet. Does this mean I shouldn't have the workshop? I mean, in a perfect situation, Amanda, we would get this set up, but also if you get the bundle now, you could like file it by tonight. It's really easy. I don't know where you live in particular, but it's very easy to get this filed. And some of them come through right away. Some of them might take like a day or two, but at least we could get that started. And by the time you start working with people, you would have it in place. So, you know, all that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Mary said, if you plan to own or set up an LLC owned by a trust, would my materials on setting up a business help me? I don't teach people how to start a trust because that is a highly technical, complicated process. It's something I did when I was a practicing attorney, but you can't do that online. Like that is not a smart thing for people to do online. So that is something I would recommend you go work with an attorney in person for. You'd still get a lot out of the bundle otherwise, like maybe not related to the LLC training, but you'd have all the contracts and you'd have the website policies and the community support, like lots of different things. But you know, I'm not going to teach you how to start a trust. That's for sure. Yeah. All right. How would we make our website compliant if we use a link services like Linktree or Beacons? It's a good question. I mean, you might add a link to your website accessibility statement on there, but I would also probably just try to lovingly encourage you to get your own website if you don't have it. Yeah. Janice said, you recommend only LLC for online businesses, only LLC? No, not necessarily. I'm not telling you what to do. It's just, I have to kind of tell you like, you can do this, but here's the risk. There's also this, but there's also a risk. Like there's always risk. And with everything in business, it's all about assessing risk. And so seeing like, what are you comfortable with? There's no right or wrong. It's just like knowing what a sole prop provides and doesn't provide. Is that what you want? That's really the answer. So if you're starting a business with personal money, how do you guarantee it's counted as a business expense? Well, because it is a business expense. When you're going to have certain like capital upfront investments in your business, like you're going to have to pay for your LLC and buy a domain name and maybe buy a computer, right? Buy something like the bundle. Keep the receipts for all the things that you do in order to start your business. If you go take a coaching certification program, keep the receipts. That stuff can all count as business expenses moving up, right? So this is all really important. No, Francesca, the accessibility statement is in the bundle. It's just under the website policies, under the part 1 in the website policies. It's right in there. It's all in there. I don't know why everybody keeps asking me if I'm charging extra, and I've said like 3,000 times. I'm like, it's in there. I swear, guys. I keep saying it. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just like, oh, I swear it's in there. I'm not charging anything for it. All right. Cool. AS said, a few questions came to mind. Many large corporations incorporate in Delaware. Are there advantages to filing the LLC there in your state? Yeah, I mean, here's my like take on this whole thing. When I hope that you all build Amazon-sized businesses if that's what you want to do. In the beginning, I just feel like people spend way too much time overcomplicating this and thinking about like starting their business in these complicated states and these complicated places. And it's like, just start the business. If you're making so much money in the business eventually, that you want to move it, right? Like, but it feels so silly. Like, unless you know something that I don't know, it is hard. It took me years to be able to get this up and running and like to make that much money. And I still am just registered where I live. Like, you still have to pay taxes where you live. So you have to pay taxes where you live. Legally, your business is supposed to be registered where you live, right? So it's complicated. If you want to register your business in another state, I am not going to help you with that. That is something you go and you work with your accountant and you work with your own attorney because in that case, you want to make sure you're not violating any tax laws. You don't want to get hit with tax fraud. Yeah. So, all right. Cool. Yeah, you can, Virginia, you can ask questions after you buy the bundle in the bundle member community. You can also ask directly in the bundle, like on the trainings themselves. Just always keep in mind my scope of practice remains the same as it does in this training. I am not your lawyer and I won't offer you legal advice, even if you're in the bundle. So I will do everything I can to help you as much as possible, just like I am now. But I will not be helping give legal advice. Okay. Renee said, will these work if you're selling a digital product? Yes. In terms of an app, I don't know too many people in the bundle who are using it for an app, but I suppose that's something you could try. I admittedly don't have anything specific about an app, right? So there's nothing in the bundle about apps, but yes, definitely for digital products. Yeah, and I thank you, Angelina. I'm practicing when I preach because first of all, I want to be really honest and I don't want anyone in the bundle who then is like, I'm not getting what I thought. I don't ever have people say that because people get so much customer service and there's so much information in the bundle and like so much just everything that we don't really have that. And truthfully, you don't want me giving you legal advice because you need someone, if you really, really need legal advice, like you need to be advised about something, it'd be like going to a doctor, like asking ChatGPT to look at the mole in your back. Like you want to go to a doctor and have physical eyes who understands only moles, and you want them to have physical eyes on your mole, and you want them to see it, feel it, look at it, right? And evaluate it. That's really what you want. You don't want me like off the back of the napkin being like, yeah, you should do this or don't do that or don't do this. You don't want that. You want somebody who's going to sit down, they're going to look at your situation, they're going to review your paperwork, they're going to get to know you. So when you really, really need legal advice, like you're worried about getting sued or something like that, you can go there, right? Yeah. So I'm also trying to show you what scope of practice looks like in real time, right? It's important. Yeah, it's true about the mole, but I want to make sure that I'm honest about that, right? Okay, MP, I think I answered this already about the contracts for Etsy store. You can use the shop policy at checkout. Yeah. Um, Ruben asked if the insurance needs to be under your name or the LLC. It's technically both. It's in the name of the LLC, but then you're added as an additional insured. Yeah, cool. Thank you so much. Thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, cool. Melanie said, can you repeat the bit about website accessibility? You said that one element was not in the bundle. Would you please clarify? Nothing is not in the bundle. Everything's in the bundle. It's all in the bundle. Everything's there. The website accessibility statement is there. There's a training on how to get the proper software that you need in order to make your website accessible. It's all there. The privacy policy thing is there. The privacy like removal request SOP is there. Everything related to website accessibility that I know or that I've created is in there. It's all there. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Dale. I appreciate it. Okay. Ace, same thing for Shopify. I mean, if you're selling digital products, you would use the terms of use at checkout. And that would essentially act as your contract. So that's how you would do that. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Thanks, Marsha. I appreciate it. Thanks, Naomi. No, the privacy data request SOP is included. It is included. Yep, everything's included. I haven't said anything's not included. Nothing is not included except for anything you see as the order bump at checkout. Those are just optional, but that's because they're also optional. They're not like legally required. Yeah, no, sorry, it is Somebody, I understand. Someone asked me in the chat earlier. I sell the three website policies like separately on my website, and they asked if the website accessibility was included in that on my website. And I said no, but I might add it, but the price would go up. That is a separate product I'm talking about. But no, in the bundle, definitely. Yeah, JJ, I've also already mentioned that people in Canada use the bundle all the time. I just recommend that you have it reviewed by your own local Canadian attorney, but I ask everybody else to do the same. So, yeah, sorry about that misunderstanding about the thing. It was because I was responding to somebody's question in the comment about like, couldn't they just buy the website policy separately? And I was saying it doesn't come with that part, but I probably will have to update that. Yeah. Lucy, can you drop the LLC from your name when marketing it, or do you always have to include it? You always have to include it unless you form a DBA. Sandra said, do any of these documents require a notary? No. Heather, how does this work for somebody selling on platforms like Etsy? I already talked about that. Let me do this again. Make sure you're still voting for things. Heather said, I'm concerned with what business structure I need to protect my home since I run a home-based business. Does the Ultimate Bundle or maybe Community cover what things I would need to set in place to protect my home while also running a business from? Do you mean like the physical space? If so, that'd probably be business insurance. And I do talk about that, and you would talk about that with your business insurance agent. Azul said, is the Ultimate Bundle how you spend 100% of your professional time? I mean, the Ultimate Bundle is kind of my bread and butter. I have so many people in it. I would say I write a lot because I write a weekly newsletter called Sam Sidebar that hopefully you guys will all get now every Tuesday. So make sure you say subscribe to my emails. You just make it through this week with the sale. And then I have a podcast called On Your Terms. So I create a lot of content. I essentially create a lot of content and then take care of the bundle people. So I have Sam Sidebar, my weekly newsletter, my podcast On Your Terms. I write on Substack. I have a Substack called Beyond Business. Come and find me. It's free. And then I take care of the bundle members. That's really it. I create a lot of content for Instagram. Yes, you can get the book as a digital book if you'd prefer. Yeah. And we have a few audio book options as well. I can't guarantee that those will all be available, but I have some of those. Okay. Let's see. Virginia's asking if you can pay off the payment plan at any time. Yes, you can, but you owe the amount that you would owe for the payment plan unless you like did it right away, essentially, because essentially we're allowing you to have access that whole time knowing that we don't have the money yet. So yeah, that's that for now. I just want to answer a couple of people's. Can I trademark my DBA instead of my LLC name because my LLC is too risky to trademark? Yeah, you could. Yeah. You said not to start an LLC in another state. Why is that? I didn't say not to. I just said that people will say that and they don't understand that you also would have to have your LLC registered in your state and you have to pay taxes where you live, right? So that's it. Okay. Yeah, Laura's asking a question about privacy and like having your address come up. So I teach about this inside the Ultimate Bundle. There's a couple ways around it. Yeah. Also, business insurance is not quite as expensive as people think. I mean, you're not legally required to get it. It's just really smart. But if you don't want to get it, again, risk tolerance, like that's up to you. If you can't get it right now for budget reasons, that's one thing, right? You're not legally required to have it. It's just helpful. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Cool. Thank you. Make sure you tell me in the chat. I haven't seen if anybody said it recently, but I probably missed it. So I was looking at all the questions. I have all my devices, so I'm trying to see. Okay, cool. Mindy said, do you recommend we do not customize your templates? I just revamped my contracts and spent a lot of time on them, but haven't had them reviewed by an attorney. But if I wanted to customize your templates, could I be jeopardizing legality? It's a really good question, Mindy. So I usually tell people that in the video walkthrough that I will do, I will tell people that I like say you can't remove this part, or like this is really important, don't remove this. If you do, this is what will happen. Or I will usually say this part can come out if you want, or you can edit this part if you want. Like, so it's very like I will talk you through that. But of course, I also have to say, like, if you go and substantively change my templates, I can't guarantee you that they're gonna help you very much, you know? So yeah. Jen, on Substack, you could just search for Sam Vanderwielen or search Beyond Business, it's called. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks, Laura. Um, I said that you're not legally required to have business insurance. Yeah, it's just helpful. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to try to add or answer a couple of other questions. Tell me in the chat, for those of you who are still here, I don't know how many of you still, oh, there's still a lot of people here. For those of you who are here, does anybody want to see the bundle? Like literally see it? Do you want me to log in and show you? If I get like 5 of you to say yes in the comments, I will show you. All right, that's more than 5. I will show you. All right, hold on. I can show you. Let me make sure that I'm logged in here. Okay, I'm in. I will show you. Hang in there. Yeah, the podcast is called On Your Terms. Okay, can you all see this? Let me know. Say yes. Yeah, I'll show you where the accessible. We apparently we have to make it more seeable. Okay, so if you were to join the Ultimate Bundle right now, you would log in and see this. There's a quick welcome video from me. This is what they look like. They're very professional and good looking. And so thanks to Leanne, she edited all of them. When you log in, you get to see this video and it will tell you like how to go around, how to find everything that you need, how to best attack the Ultimate Bundle depending on where you're at in your business, yada, yada. Okay, so now the big thing is that when you come over here, this is where the different sections of the bundle look like. So none of you can see this? Just the video or the whole thing? Can you see what I'm showing you? Yeah, I'm not sure why you're not seeing it. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep going. So let me show you like what it would look like if you went in and you wanted to see the contract, right? So this is the video walkthrough tutorial of the contract. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, you're telling me them to do it. Okay, cool. So this is the video walkthrough. So this is me teaching you how to walk through the contract and fill it out. When you come up here, this is where the contract would be. So you just download the contract here. Every single one of them includes like an audio transcript. And then we also have, if there's like Canadian specific stuff, we'll typically have it here. So yeah, you can have all of that. There's always transcripts available. I should have mentioned that for every single thing that's in there. So here's like all your legal templates. These are all in there. So that's where those are. And then when you go to, let me go down here to part 1, let's go to like business insurance, right? So you would click on business insurance. This is the business insurance training. It's 11-minute training. You hit play. They're all really well designed. They all have audio transcripts associated with them. There's any additional information that you might need is all down here. I'll show you where the website policy thing is, okay? Go to step 7, website policies, website accessibility statement and training. Yay, it's right there. So that's all there. Okay, so I teach you about email lists here, scope of practice, learning your scope. There's protecting your content. I have trainings on trademarks, how to file a trademark, copyright, how to file a copyright, all of that kind of stuff. Remember I told you I have like the legal bumps in the road part. All of that's in there. Navigating business, like here's moving your LLC. We'll click on this to show you. Here's like if you're gonna move your LLC. Got quite the sweater collection, I'll tell you. So we can like put all this here is really easy. Something I didn't talk about earlier is that there's a lot of resources in the bundle that I want to show you. So I don't know why it's not collapsing. So there's an FAQ section, which is just helpful if like stuff you like if you don't know how to join the community or you have to update your payment or is there an app, which yes, there is. Or how do you find certain things? Like it's all searchable. That's all in there. All of my favorite tools are also inside the bundle. Everything I use in my own business. There's discount codes for lots of things, referrals for accountants and business insurance. A section on what to look for in a lawyer. A lot of people ask me all the time, like, what can I look for in a lawyer? So that's there. There's a legal templates coupon code in case you need it for any additional stuff that's not included in the bundle. There's additional bonuses like my yearly planning guide, kickstart your guide, all of that kind of stuff. Here's how you update your payment method. You can search the bundle thanks to Leanne. She made there a bundle index. And then we also have next steps, like you can submit a testimonial. Here's where you would become an affiliate. And you can also submit a feature request to us. So if there's something you want to see inside the bundle that's not there already, that's how you would do it. Yeah, so this is really, really helpful. I hope. I hope that's what it's like. There's I wanted to show you something else. There was, oh, I know, like there's like AI disclosure, for example. Like we put this in here and I created like AI disclosure templates. This is where you would get it. Here's an example too, where like you can leave a comment on any individual training as well. We just moved the Ultimate Bundle over just a couple of days ago, so you're not seeing comments right now, but yeah, there's so much. Is there anything else people want to see inside the bundle while I've got it open? Is anybody going to join now that you just saw it? There's also, yeah, I talk about how to use it. There's also links up here straight to the community, to the podcast, to the Substack. So your bonuses are also in a different section. The ADA disclaimer was under part 1, website policies, and here's the website statement and training. So it's all right here. You just go to the download and that's how you get everything. The other thing I forgot to tell you all is, which I probably should have mentioned to you, is that I have also gone ahead and had the team create the Ultimate Bundle, like that 10-step how to start a business thing. We started it as a private podcast for you. So if you join the Ultimate Bundle now, you're going to get free access to all of those trainings as a private podcast series. So that means you can take it on the go and you can listen to it wherever you are. So if you're in the car, at soccer practice with the kids, cooking dinner, whatever you're doing, I wanted you to be able to have access to that as well, whether you're listening to it for the first or the second time. So yes, you get podcasts. I forgot to mention that. We have so much in the bundle, but forgot to mention that. Yeah. Well, you have to join now if you want a copy of my book and if you want to join the book club. If you join before Wednesday, you'll still get all of the other bonuses, but you won't get the book and no book club. Okay. All right. Cool. Yes. So it's open until Wednesday for the all the bonuses and the biggest discount. You'll just won't get the book and the book club access. Yeah. Is anybody going to join now that you saw all of it inside? Thanks, Liz. When you reach out to us, you're going to get a form. You can ask if it's possible for you to get the audio or digital copy. In order to get the book, you have to purchase right now while we're here before I hit end on this call. If you want the book and you want the book club, you got to get it now. So before you're done listening to this training. Yeah. Yeah, Angelina, a lot of people come to me for marketing. Yeah, so my book is called When I Start My Business. I'll be happy. I'll grab it for a second. It's actually a book that's all about how to start an online business from the marketing perspective. So it's actually teaching you how I started my business and built it into a multi-7-figure business, primarily leaning on what I call the big 3: content machine, how I go about content, how I design my promos, how I built my email list to now over 61,000 people. So that's what the book is about. It intersperses my personal story. It's kind of like part memoir, part how to build a business, of having lost both of my parents within the same year, of being my dad's caretaker when he had leukemia and still building this business, and me having brain surgery. So there's a lot of like overcoming adversity and a lot of me cheering you on to say like, you can do this. And also you can build a better business because of it, because your business is going to be leaner and meaner and you're actually going to produce content that like means something. So that's the book. This is the book that you get. It's a hard copy. This is a Big 5 book. I did not self-publish this book. This is a book that's available in any bookstore, wherever books are sold. So I am giving you a hardback cover of this book. Plus you get access to my book club meeting in April. Yeah. So somebody had a question. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you purchase right now, you have to purchase before I hit end on this call, which I'm going to do in a minute here. So if you want to get the book and you want to get the book club thing, you do have to purchase now. Thanks, Shantae. I appreciate it. Yes. So the book club is going to be a meeting that we have, like a live Zoom call, group call that we'll have in April. And I'll lead a little bit of a discussion. I will teach a little bit from the book, but I'll open it up for discussion. When my book came out in April last year, I held a live call where we did like 4 live calls about the book, and people loved it. We had hundreds of people come. live and we walked through the different sections of the book. But I know from doing that what some of the key questions were from the book that like are really good ones for us to discuss as a group. And we'll learn more about what you're really seeking to do with your online business and how to build it. But I'll also take all your questions. So if you have questions for me after reading it, if you want to know about email lists, if you want to know about starting a podcast, doing anything else, I'll help you. Thanks, Kylie. Thanks, Elaine. Thank you so much. Sorry, Penny. I will try to see. Let me see if you I'll see if I can catch your question here. Let me see. I'm okay for a minute. I just want to make sure 1 minute. You should have emails from the bundle, Liz, but Leanne can help you. Yeah. Chris, it's a one-time payment of $18.99 or 12 payments of $183. And Steve, you won't see the book because the book's going to be mailed to you. So we're going to mail it to you. So anybody who purchases the bundle right now before we get off the call, you're going to get an email from us in a little bit that asks you for the form for the name, where you want it mailed, and then we're going to mail you a copy of the book. And you can mail it to somebody else if you want. Yeah. Yes. Does that make sense? Does everybody got that? Okay. Yeah, the book launch went awesome and it was the best experience of my life. I loved it. Yeah, I would like to write another one. It was great. It was really, really fun. Thanks. Okay, cool. So let's see here. Thank you so much. For anybody who's still here, now last call. Get the bundle or else. I'm just kidding. If you want to get the ultimate bundle and you want a copy of my book and you want to come to the book club in April, plus you'll get those 4 additional legal template bonuses. Yeah, you can just hang out, Shante. We can hang. That's fine. You can email us at help@samvanderwillen.com if you aren't seeing the emails or something, like if something happened. Yeah, let us know. And Azul, you will always hear me say that marketing stuff is fun because the stuff is my ultimate favorite thing in the whole wide world, and it doesn't come naturally to me, but it's like it's very fun. It's like I don't want to say easy. That's not it. It's not easy. I don't know how to say it, but it's just like it's what I love. And so like it feels easy and it feels like fun. Yeah, it's very enjoyable for me. Thank you. Yeah. So you will get a lot of marketing out of me if you're in the ultimate bundle. That's what everybody says. Yeah, it's my passion. I love marketing. It's the way my brain works. It's very natural to me. Yeah. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. You want me to I can put up the bonuses thing before we go if you would like me to. Um, okay, let's see here. I'll put this up and then I'll put a little timer on and we'll count down. You got, all right. Let's do it. So these are the bonuses. Let me get your chat back here. Yes, I have an affiliate program you can sign up for inside the bundle. Yep. You don't get any one-to-one in the bundle. I don't offer any one-to-one, but you get lots and lots of support inside the community. Yep. Oh, thanks, Paulina. I'm so glad that you're coming in. Cool. Okay. Yes, there's a private community where you can ask questions. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, there are 4 additional, here they are. Here are the 4 additional bonus templates: the NDA, the podcast guest, the retreat, and the speaker contract. Those are 4 additional legal templates you get if you join by Wednesday. So if you join right now, before I hang up, you'll get access to the book club in April, a physical copy of my book, mailed to you, which you will be getting contacted about. You'll get the NDA, the podcast guest, the retreat contract, and the speaker. You'll get a live Q&A support call with me in March. You get the Business Owner's Guide to Taxes as a secret podcast episode, how to file a copyright and trademark, and then you get the $900 off. Yeah. If you already joined, your bonuses are in a bonus section of the bundle. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tanya. I really appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Azul. I'm so glad you joined. Thank you so much. I hope your flight went smooth. Um, yeah. Unstoppable, are you asking me about the NDA podcast? Yeah, let's see. Heather said, is the Q&A March like what we're doing right now, or will it be different? Well, it's different in the sense that a lot of my answers aren't like, you can go find that in the bundle. Like we're actually talking about stuff, but a lot of people actually come to the Q&A asking me business questions. You're free to ask either. It's like you can ask legal questions. So if you, my hope is that you take the next month and you go and you implement what you're learning in the bundle, and then you come to that call with any questions that you might have for me. So that's one way you can do it. Other times people will come to the call and they will say like, I'm on your email list and I don't understand how you do it. Like, or how do you write emails like that? Or like, what's the deal with your evergreen funnel? Like, why do you have an evergreen funnel that makes 6 figures a month? And like, how do you do these live trainings and you say that they're fun? Like, people will ask me stuff like that, and that's fine. Or we talk about the book or like whatever you want. So it's really, it's your time. I'll take your questions and I'll answer. But nothing is off limits other than the fact that my answers are limited by the fact that I can't give you legal advice. Like I'll never break that regardless of where you are. Oh, thanks, Tootie. Welcome to the Ultimate Bundle. Thank you so much. Oh, Virginia, I would love to send you a signed copy of the book. We'll see if we can make that happen. We'll see. Send me an email. I would be happy to send you a signed copy. We can do that. No, Azul, this is just a one-time call in March. So it's just that one live support call. Yep. Thanks, Tootie. Shante, I would love to sign your book. I would love to sign all of your books. I wish you could come to my book party last April. We had a book party in New York City and I went around. I've like popped into bookstores. So depending on where you all live, if you live in Austin, Texas, I went to bookstores and signed it there. I've signed all the books at the Barnes and Nobles in Manhattan. Like I've signed them everywhere I've gone. So yeah. Isabella, you can always send me an email, sam@samvandermeulen.com. Yeah. Um, if anybody else has any questions, like, do you want to come into the bundle? If you're thinking about it, do you want the book? I'd be happy to send you a copy of the book. Thousands of people have read it and loved it. I'd love for you to be on the book club call as well. You know what? Being an online entrepreneur is lonely and it is really nice to have a community of people. So like one of the things that people said the last time when I did the book club call last year is people were like, I feel like I'm in a room with a lot of other people. It was so nice. If you're looking for that kind of like sense of community, I hope we offer you that. Plus, people say that my community for the Ultimate Bundle is like the best that they have. Oh, thanks, Anthony. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so I would encourage you to think about that if you're kind of on the fence. Yes, I have an agent. Yep, in New York City. Yeah, I had an agent, got a book deal, the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah. Um, all right, guys, one more minute. How about that? One more minute. You're either joining the bundle or not. I think I've hit as many of the questions as I possibly could, considering. I think I've answered the majority of the ones. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I really appreciate it. Last call to join the Ultimate Bundle with this discount, with getting my book, with getting the book club call, getting the 4 additional legal templates, the NDA, the podcast guest, the retreat, and the speaker contracts. Yeah, I'll see you in March at the live Q&A call, Cynthia. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, if you have any questions, send us an email. Of course, you also have an email in your inbox with any more details about the bundle if you need, if you need any more details other than what I've given you. But if we leave this training, then you lose the book and the book club. Going once, going twice. Sold. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks so much for being here. Come on over and say hi on Instagram. All right, we need one more purchase to hit 125, I just heard. So like, who's gonna be the person? Who's 125? Who's number 125? Whoever's 125, I'm gonna send them a copy. I'm gonna send you a signed copy of my book. All right, I just heard we got 125. Whoever's 125, you're getting a signed copy of the book. Lindsay, we gotta mark that down. Yeah. I wonder who's 125. Lindsay, are you able to tell me who's 125? I'll find out. Danielle, you're 125. Hopefully Danielle wants a signed copy of the book. Danielle, if you don't want a signed copy, you let me know. I'll give it to somebody else. Oh yeah, you do. Yay, Danielle. I'm so happy for you. That's so funny, Danielle. I was like, who is it? Yeah, it's like the lottery. All right, cool. I mean, can we hit 130? Does anyone? It's like a I feel like what do you call it? You know, the person at a thing, not bingo. The I'm thinking of auctioneer. I feel like an auctioneer. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. I told you, words, they're not happening anymore. You would be shocked how, like, mentally, how much this takes. Yeah. Leanne and I've worked together for about a million years. Yeah. All right. Who's getting us to 130? Lindsay, what are we at? We still at 125? Lindsay will tell me. I also just want to give a shout out to everybody on my team. So my team is small and mighty, but we've got Lindsay, we've got Michelle, and we've got Leanne here in the chat. Leanne is also the same person that's going to be helping you inside of the community. And she is your go-to person who's going to help you, like when you can't download something, you can't find something, you can't access it. Leanne is incredible. She will find everything for you. She also edited all of the beautiful videos inside of the Ultimate Bundle. Lindsay is my director of operations. She is the like magician that makes everything happen behind the scenes and helps run the team. And Michelle is our marketing assistant who's getting you the podcast replay of this as we speak and getting my podcast edited every week and all of the things, answering you on Instagram if you need something. So I just want to give a shout out to the team because they are insanely amazing. I am really, really appreciative. Um, yeah. Wait, I wanted to see what anybody else joining? Because I wanted to see. Oh, Leanna's a unicorn. Is that the one you wanted to see? Oh no, that's Lindsay. That's funny. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, you guys are the best. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, Michelle sees it. Michelle is incredible. Yay. They're all incredible. They're all here. It's literally just the four of us. We're like, I told you at the top, we're like the little four musketeers and we make everything happen. So yeah. And see, Virginia, if you're in the Ultimate Bundle, now you've got the independent contractor agreement and now you can send them that independent contractor agreement and get them on boarded. I have a training inside the bundle on whether somebody is a contractor versus an employee. That's a really important legal difference. So yeah. All right. What do you say, guys? Who's in? Anybody else? I'll see you on the other side. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks, Louise. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. For all of those of you who purchased while we were here, I can't wait to send you a copy of the book. I can't wait to see you inside of the book club. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, I'm definitely getting some vocal rest, that's for sure. Thanks, Angelina. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you all later. Oh, thank you, Virginia. Thanks. I'm so excited. Thanks, Just Mitch. Thank you. I will take a nap. And actually, I don't nap. I just go to sleep early. I'm just an early sleeper. Come say hi on Substack if you're over there. Come say hi in all the places. I really appreciate it. Yeah, come listen to the podcast. Thank you all so much. Check your email. Click this link right here. If you click this link from Leanne right here and you need a couple minutes to think about it, you're going to get access to the book. That's a little secret I'll tell you behind the scenes for having stuck here for so long. So if you click that and you need a couple minutes, go think about it, but keep that tab open. Don't close it out. You'll miss it. Okay. So open that up. I'd be happy to send you a copy of the book. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you all later. Thank you guys. See you all later. Sandy, feel free to reach out to me. No problem. I'd be happy to help. Yeah, just hit reply on any of my emails. Just put your question there. I'm happy to help. Thank you all so much. See you. Thanks, Laura. I really appreciate you being here. See ya, see ya. Yeah, thanks, Dante. Thank you so much. Thanks, Marie. I appreciate it. Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Pat. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Just Mitch. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, Azul. I appreciate it. Thanks, Cassie. Thanks, Nicholas. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Danielle. Congrats on the signed copy. I don't know if it's congrats. I won't say that about myself, but you know what I mean. Thanks, Isabella. Thanks, PL. Thanks, Tootie. Of course. It's my pleasure. Thanks, Alicia. Yeah, thanks, Danielle. Thanks, Mary Beth. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Have a good night. I'll see you later. All right. See you. All right, I'm closing out. Bye. Thanks, Diana. I'm so glad you liked it. Thank you.